The Wastelander Raider server-side chat here with Sick and Grim and my buddy guest here, Adamius the Lost. Say hi, Aqueous. No, not a problem. Yeah, you have a Twitch, don't you? Would you like to let everybody out there that's maybe watching or see this later on know what it is? All right, that's what's up. Tell your old lady I said morning, top of it. All right. um, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, we'll be doing discussions about today's updates and everything, which I am actually in the midst of looking up as we speak. Okay, yes, I know about this maintenance. There's one thing I will say, they are really shitty when it comes to staying somewhat posted for some of their maintenances and everything. They like to Sick and Grim, same as the name in the chat. No, it's yeah, vague as the deal. I'm in the midst of finding that out. Yeah. That is very true. Let's see here. I haven't posted anything on Twitter yet. Oh, here we go. Okay. From what I'm seeing here at the status portal is it's a partial system outage. And I'm assuming because the impact description is login issues with mods. Mm. Well, I don't know if you've heard about this, but there's been rumors and shit of people being able to steal shit out of your inventory while trading. That's why probably why a lot of people ain't trading. Hell, I don't even do trading. I never really did it unless it was with you guys. Cause I'm sorry, like I don't trust people out there, man. I feel ya. Right. What up, BDC Dub? He says, hey, what up, Lost?
What's up, Graham?
What up, what up? Welcome to the server side Wastelander Raiders chat.
Raiders? How about Raiders and Settlers? We're gonna make this a community chat.
Oh, that works for me. Everybody moms rides the fence on this issue. So what you been up to, bro?
Nothing. Got allied with the foundation yesterday.
How's that shotgun?
Oh man, there's no way they don't nerf this thing. Got the feedback.
So it uses 2mm, don't it?
Yeah, he uses 2mm, man. But when I'm telling you this thing is overpowering,
Oh yeah, dude.
It's ridiculous.
Oh dude, I can't wait to get it. I can't.
Yeah,
It's
me and
gonna
the
be
boys
amazing.
are actually taking down.
Dude, I was there when one of the queens that you were fighting, and I watched that, but motherfucker just hit it hard, and I mean like stupid, like bro, like that should not do that kind of damage at that range, being a shotgun. Oh yeah, dude, I was right next to you as you were fucking crouched down right up on top of the fucking survival tent and blasting the fucking queen with your shotgun.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah, it kept you from being able to get caught with stuff down low. But man, when I'm telling you this shotgun, I was using a cryolator to freeze her so I could get her to sit kind of still, and then taking that shotgun and blasting her. But man, when I'm telling you, man, this thing is completely overpowering. I had that thing doing 2,000 damage.
Mm-hmm.
With all my cards stacked up.
Was it bloodied?
Yeah, they've got to nerf.
Was your shit bloodied?
Yeah, it was bloody.
How in the fuck you be getting bloody rolls, bro? When I be rolling, dude, I be getting zealot, I be getting troubleshooter, I be getting all this janky, wanky ass shit that I don't want.
Okay, well I'll send it to you privately.
Okay. Like that shit's just crazy. Like damn. Like I want to get me dude.
Yes. In other words, there were a lot of them done. Hey, mine was earnestly and honestly.
Oh yeah. Bro, you know what's funny? Is my main dude that I normally run, he will get bloodied melee weapons for days. For days. But I won't, and every so often, dude, I'll get explosives, but I won't get those god rolls. I'll get god roll fucking melee, but never guns. Jesus. That's good for low level, I guess, starting off like, here, have fun with it. Nice. Hey, Foot, you want to do me a favor?
Give me 1 second.
Oh, well, fine then. Hey, Lost, you want to do me a favor then? You want to look up the patch notes? Because I got my stream. Alright.
Yeah, sorry, but I was having a problem signing
Oh, you're
in
fine.
my PSN.
You're fine. I figured while you were doing that, I'd let someone else do it so that way you can concentrate on what you have to do. But yeah, since I've been gaming here since the before the server went down, I'm gonna get up real quick while homeboy Lost here is looking up the patch notes. He'll let you guys know what the patch notes are here while I go and whatchamacallit, go smoke a cigarette. I shall return.
Who has
Oh
the
yeah,
feedback?
and remember, for all those that are viewing and watching and listening, remember to get up and walk around. You know, you don't want to get fucking clots in your ass cheeks and make the rest of us look bad, as Lost would always say. Yep, yep. Alright, I shall return.
Just stay in the house. Don't go outside. You ever hear about that guy that did that? He died, sit there, died playing a video game, man. Are you kidding me? Say he had not gotten up in 5 days. He starved to death. Dude, what damn? I don't understand being addicted to a video game like that. That part I don't get. All right. I mean, that was just crazy. The feedback is in your mic. Yeah, it's going on. There you go. Yeah, that completely fixed it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Where did you find? Did you find the patch notes? Are there any plans to ban anyone? Support center. Wait on Bethesda.net. Mm-hmm. I'm at Bethesda.net. Let's go to the support center. You said support center. Well,
Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but you're not being heard in the broadcast at all.
are there any
Like I'm
plans to
watching
ban
it.
anyone?
No, so everything you've said about your stream and everything, you're gonna have to do all that all over again, bro.
All right, all right.
Yeah, he just switched his mics out, but
More concerned about they don't get any of the info. Not that there's a lot of info to give them, but damn. All right, let me see what I can do to fix this.
All right, well, I'm listening on my phone so that way I can watch people who say anything, and that way I can hear if you're coming through finally. So I'm gonna mute my mic so that way there's no backfeed.
All right. Let me know if that's working out any better. Test, testicles. Sans testicles, the debug centurion. That is all.
so you hold on. Since he's out smoking, let me pull. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone and see.
Roger that. See, if they can hear me now, then they'll know Grimm's only a different kind of lunatic than they were thinking he was. At first, he appeared to be the guy talking to imaginary people.
Okay, yeah, I heard that.
All right, see, guys, Graham's not the kind of crazy he appeared at first. He's a different kind of crazy altogether.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. All right, so this is Acquiescers of the Lost, and occasionally popping in and out with us, you'll hear Twiggy Fett in the background, my co-host, my wife, my co-streamer, and I'll be hanging out here, as Grim said, on and off, popping in and out with good information where I can. He was asking me to read over those patch notes, but there seems to be a striking absence of patch notes. Instead, about 23 minutes ago, we got an update on the Bethesda support in their status portal that simply says investigating. And then it says impact description, Fallout 76 maintenance on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Current status, Fallout 76 is undergoing maintenance on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Well, thanks for that redundantly helpful information.
I just found a full set of patch notes.
Really? So.
Oh, what you got?
Wait, is today the 19th?
Today is the 19th, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I just found a full set of patch notes on Bethesda.net.
Ooh, do
Wow,
tell
how did I
us.
miss that?
It's a long list.
Ooh,
Oh, boy.
Please read this off.
Update 19 highlights. Ally customization. Give your allies stylish new looks by sharing your wardrobe with them using new options to customize their outfits.
Ooh, I like
Oh my
this.
god.
I'm gonna
Tell
make
me we're going to get to give them weapons eventually, too.
Bro, dude, I'm
so-
I'm giving my space chick the fucking cowboy outfit. Yeehaw! She gonna be a space cowboy now.
I
Yeah,
still have one of those.
I like that.
Hunt for the treasure hunter. Mole miners have discovered treasure in the ash heap. Starting May 21st, hunt them down to claim the loot for yourself during the new limited time event.
Ooh, I'm getting excited.
Not Parade is coming May 25th.
Hold on, stop right there. Stop right there. I will not, I refuse to fuck with that goddamn event again if they do not put the goddamn Death Skull mask in. They fucked me last time they did that, dude. They didn't say nothing, and I grinded that the entire time that event was out just for them at the last end to be like,
Fuck
we
that
didn't put the mask
I'm
in.
gonna grind that event. I don't care what I win. I made some of the best friends and contacts at the Fosnotch event. I'm doing it up big, bro. That's the friendiversary for me and like 40 of my best Fallout mates. I don't give a shit about the prizes anymore. I'm in it for the teamwork. 100%. It's gonna be fun.
I ain't down gonna be fun, but dude, I was salty as fuck, dude. That was the whole goal that I originally went into that event for, was to get that mask.
Grim, did you hear me?
Huh? What?
Yeah, I was about to ask you, Footless. What were you saying?
There are plenty of new Foshnot masks up for grabs.
I'll bet.
Yep. And they
they got
adjusted
new
the drop
maps
rates. They
upgrades.
didn't say how that I know of. Like, they didn't give any hard numbers on that, but they did say they adjusted the drop rates.
Well, good.
Okay,
I wanted
so
to collect them all.
Item naming updates. We've made improvements to the way your weapons and armors are automatically named when you apply new mods and skins. Backpack updates. Changing your backpack appearance is now as simple as applying a skin, and you can now apply them to small backpacks too.
Finally.
NW. What's in the Nuclear Winter?
Yeah.
Limited time challenge. Unlock new cosmetic rewards by completing limited time challenges. The nuclear winter from May 19th through June 11th.
Nice.
Okay, so update version. Download size. So download size for will be about 10 gigabytes for Xbox, 8 gigabytes for PS4, and 14
All
for.
right. Pardon the blue screen, everybody. I'm gonna check to see up.
What is stream?
Is it Stream or did they say something about Steam?
Oh, Steam. I'm sorry. What is Steam?
Steam's the. Okay. All right. So here's a classic installment, guys, of Old Man Learns the Internet.
Yep,
So,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. I got you, brother. So Steam is a gaming network where you can access a multitude of just an absolute insane amount of video games and computer programs and so much more content than you can imagine. And it's targeted towards computers specifically, but Steam has really opened up over the last year or two to include a lot more console work and to include a lot of extra stuff. Like, I could not even begin to explain to you all the cool things that Steam can bring you. But basically, it is a video game service in a nutshell, you know, and you can get other kinds of media there, TV shows, episodes of independently made stuff that is exclusive to Steam.
Yep.
They do a lot of giveaways. Just by connecting our Steam to our Bethesda account, we were able to, for free, access a bunch of exclusive downloadable content. Or, at the time, most of it was exclusive downloadable content. Some of it has come out since then, and some of it actually came out before that, too. Like, one of the things we got, I think, wasn't it, like, among other things that was in that bundle, we got, like, 5 different sleeping bags, and then we got, like, 2 skins and a Pit-Boy or something like that.
So wait, how do you download Steam onto your PS4? How do you get Steam?
On your...
You download it on your computer and install it there.
Then you would link your account
on my computer. I'm never on my computer. Can I do it on my phone?
Yeah, there's a phone app for Steam, but I mean, you'd still want to like log it into your computer, download it there, so that when you have content options to download, you can download them to your PC and store them there, including keys. Keys are here's another step to it. When you have games that you play on computer, you need actually in general you need this, but they come on your discs and stuff like that with consoles, so it's not usually a layer you have to concern yourself with. But if you're a PC player, you're probably already familiar with out there, right, guys? Keys. Keys are a code that in the olden times they just used to come printed on your box somewhere with your discs or your floppies or something. You know?
Key codes.
Yeah, and so same thing nowadays. You can, instead of downloading whole games and having to store them right now, what you do is you purchase a key, or you download to a library of keys, an access key, and then at any time you want, you own that key now. So that's one free voucher or one paid-for access already to whatever game it is you own keys for. I know another streamer friend that used to work with us a lot. Now he works on a lot of independent projects. He had more than one key library, and for a while, for almost a year, he gave me access to his overflow key library, where he had almost 750 keys and updated about 30 keys monthly to that library.
Damn.
And I could just pick and choose whichever keys I wanted, which was real great. But also, we weren't streaming a lot on PC back then, so, you know, it was limited.
See, all of that shit sounds too complicated.
Steam makes it super simple. It's very old man.
They basically walk you through it.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah,
well, I'll download it on my phone first and see.
Yeah, just make an account, and then later, if you go to your Bethesda.net and you go through your profile there, you'll have an option to connect it to like your Google service and your PlayStation and or Xbox and or PC and or your Steam accounts. You know what I mean? You used to be able to connect your Facebook to your PlayStation and thus connect them all also that way, but Facebook and PlayStation had a contract hiccup that made that not a proper thing anymore. But you can still also do that with your Twitch and your Twitter and your YouTube, so there's that, you know.
I ain't figured I had been able to figure out how to do it with Twitch. I don't even care no more. I tried.
I get it.
We'll do it one day when I'm offline. No, we're not broadcasting. Maybe one of these y'all can teach the old man how to use the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you, brother.
Okay,
Any
so
day.
customize your allies. Starting today, you will now be able to share a wardrobe with your allies and swap their outfits to your
Nice.
heart's content and allies customization. When interacting with your allies in your camp, a new customization option will appear that will cause you to change their clothing, outfits, hardware, costumes, armor. Huh? We'll be able to put armor on them.
Oh, nice.
If you can wear it, then so can your ally. I'm gonna put my ally in Secret Service armor. That would be funny.
Oh, you know how
The
OP
only
yours would be?
the only current exceptions are power armors and weapons. I was going to say because I would put her in Secret Service power armor and give her a shotgun.
Well, that's not considered power armor. It's considered regular armor.
That is true,
So
but I still
therefore,
can't
you
give her a
technically could.
shotgun.
No, you can't give her a
Yeah,
shotgun. But just to see your ally walking around and fully
in
just
Secret Service armor, that
yeah,
would be funny.
just with the helmet and everything, just walking around like what the fuck, like
Right.
playing on any piano, to be like, oh my god, dude, like you definitely got yourself a bodyguard now. All right, you may continue. Sorry about that.
They what? They will not receive any
Bonuses.
Okay. Additionally, when viewing another player's ally, its name will be adjusted. Please note the scrappage of ally stations will revert the ally to their default outfit. Allies will also appear to be in their default outfit if they are in an instance with you. If they are in an instance with you, what?
What?
Yeah, I don't get. Allies will also appear to be in their default outfit if they are in an instance. INSTANCE. Yeah, that's instance with you. I don't get that. Okay, hunter for hunter treasure. Mole miners are searching for riches around Appalachia, and you can hunt them down
Instance
and
is like a
claim their
scheduled
loot.
pre-shot event. Sorry, I was muted. My bad.
Oh, cool. Well, now we know what instance means. The loot for yourself in a new series of limited time hunt for hunter treasure. Treasure hunter mole miners, use your keen tracking sense to hunt down treasure hunter mole miners to collect their mole mining pails, which contain all the loot they've been hoarding. Treasure hunter miners are legendary creatures, and you will hear them when they're nearby. Treasure hunter mole miners can drop rewards from one of three different tiers: dusty mole miner pails low, mole miner pails medium, and ornate mole miner pails high. The higher quality the pail, the better chance for rare loot, including outfits, mounted head plans. If somebody gets the dad blasted Scorch Beast head, I want it.
Right, like I hear you.
A new backpack plan and a marine armor helmet plan.
Ooh.
Pails can also be traded and sold to other players, but cannot be sold to NPC vendors. So if you do get the pails, you'll be able to sell them.
Oh, nice. You know
Create
what I
your
already
own
see?
mole miner pails.
Yeah. Oh, you can create
Go
your
ahead.
own. I can already see people fucking there being an issue with those pails. Wait, I
While
forgot.
a treasure hunt. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done.
Yeah, I was done after that. Sorry.
Oh. While a treasure hunter's event is live, vendors around Appalachia will sell empty mole miner pails in exchange for caps. Each empty pail, along with a few additional materials to craft full mole miner pails of low, medium, or high quality.
Huh.
Using empty pails along
It's
with
like
a
the
few
present gifts.
additional materials. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I
be
was
able to
thinking like the
craft
presents
mole miner
besides one.
pails?
Yeah, it's basically you could go go buy. Basically, think of it like the Christmas shit, where you could go buy the plans, but
You
you
get
had
the
to.
wrapping paper and shit.
Yeah. You just go to your base and craft it with the materials. But the fucking plans or the wrapping paper was expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it was. You know, I still have 3 of each of those from Christmas.
You better use them because they're gonna be removing them completely out.
No, really?
Yeah, they're eventually gonna phase them out because there was a big issue with the presents.
Man, fuck that. Like, I keep those on display at one of my houses because they're badass. I have a whole Christmas holiday house.
Yeah, that's what
Dude,
I've been
I know
hearing.
some people that have 30,000 of the large Christmas gifts. They're gonna have to phase those out.
Yeah.
Those
See, that's
things got
horseshit, man.
multiplied.
I'm
They got
Oh
tired of
yeah.
the
multiplied
fucking
so bad.
cheating costing
Yeah.
me shit in my game.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you 110% on that. Like it's basically ruined how this game was intended. Because people have to go out there and cheat and manipulate the game just so they could get
The
an
game's not
advantage.
that hard, bro. The game's
No.
not that hard.
No, it's quite enjoyable, honestly, if you play it right.
Yeah, and if people are worried about fucking resources, well, fuck, there's programs like, I'm not the only one who does stuff like this, but I got like Project Freewater, bro. And I'm not the only one. What about Project Purity? Or fucking any of the Brotherhood ones? Or Dr. CJ Martin? Like those
Yeah.
guys all run systems where they're on a lot and then they hemorrhage loot to other players so that the players can get out there and focus on playing the game and less on the grind part of it. While the rest of us love the grind, we focus on the grind so much that we have too much shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, well, this is totally off subject or anything, but here's a fun fact. If you didn't know, you can literally build all the way up to, I want to say maybe one staircase from the top of the coolant towers in Poseidon Energy. That's how high up you can build.
yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, because me and my friends were all doing it, and I kept fucking removing the floors from underneath them. They were falling to their deaths. So they were all in power armor and shit, and they tried to do it to me. I fell all the way down. Guess what happened?
Huh.
Serendipity the fall, and they were all salty about it.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
All right.
Serendipity's fun.
Oh fuck yeah, it is. Go ahead, you
So
continue.
head to the
Yeah,
ash heap.
what else we got going?
Head to the ash heap on May 211.
The fuck?
I think this is supposed to be 21st with an exclamation point. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. But the exclamation point on it, so it looks like head on May 211. Like, I mean, we got
Jeez.
211 days in May.
Right, like when did this happen?
You put enough
So the
Mays
first-
together and there's...
I guess.
First round for
Mashup.
the treasure hunter event will take place from May 21st to May 25th in the Ash Heap region of Appalachia. Future hunt for the treasure hunters event will also occur in different regions. Okay.
Nice.
Fashnot Parade back to Helvetia. You know the first
Yeah.
part of that. Help the bots by
That's
hanging
nuts.
decorations. Yeah, if you and your event mates complete the preparation time, the bots will line up to the center of the town and begin a parade. The more marches you survive, the higher the chances for rare loot, which include Fashnot-themed camp plans and a chance to earn a fancy Fashnot mask. We've added a number of festivals. We added a number of festival new masks this year and adjusted their drop rates following community feedback.
Yes.
While some are still less common than others, they should drop more often this time. You can also trade your Fashnot Master with the players if you wish. Fashnot Parade will begin every hour at the top of the hour starting on May 25th. So going to run 21st to the 25th and then 25th through. Okay.
So there'll be fucking server hopping.
Yeah. Just server hopping doing.
Well, not
Automatic
necessarily.
item name improvements. No, they said they'll be doing the beginning of every hour.
Yeah, so if
So
they do
unless
it
you
on
catch
every
one that
server.
didn't, yeah, if you catch one that didn't go off, you might be able to start it or jump into it.
Yeah, because from what it sounds like, it'll be like every server is going to start on the hour, every hour, regardless.
Well, I know I'll be personally parking a mule on a rooftop somewhere.
I know my ass is going to fucking just be chilling at the spot then.
I already have a mule named Fat Snatch Fanny.
Oh, you're Frosty, yeah, your little runner for that fucking event that you made back then.
Yep. I'm just gonna, because now I got the third PlayStation, I'm gonna go park it on a rooftop and let it naturally farm on its own while I run around and do the work down below.
So let's see.
Don't forget to move the
automatic
controller.
item.
Oh yeah, no. You build a box and then you just set your
Spinning.
controller. You take your PlayStation controller and you set it like triggers pointed straight up in the air and
Mm,
apply a small amount of pressure. I usually take like a cigarette and put it underneath, or a chopstick and put it underneath the buttons
I
and set
gotcha.
them down, and then it just runs looking straight up at the sky into a corner forever.
Hmm. I just put rubber band on the controller and let him spin in the
I
box.
used to do that, but I got a controller that will not go forward anymore because of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Let's
sense.
see.
Yeah.
With this update, we've improved how the game automatically names your weapons and armor based on their mod's legendary attributes and automatic shot paints. Going forward,
Hmm.
automatically generated names will appear in a much more consistent order, and they will reliably include the item's main attributes. Additionally, atomic shot paint and skin names no longer overwrite the primary legendary name effect. If items should now generally follow the naming convention. Primary legendary attribute name plus atomic shot cosmetic name plus mod name plus weapon name. So if you have a legendary Gatling gun with a Black Knight paint, the primary receiver, for example, it automatically generates the name should be Anti-Armor Black Knight Prime Gatling Gun.
Okay.
Oh, so
Keep
does
in
that mean
mind
that by
that
putting paint on my armors and my weapons that I'll no longer be concealing them from view? Or is that just for my own personal view, I wonder?
looks like it's just for our own personal view.
Okay, I can live with that because, I mean, who doesn't love the idea of painting your weapon so nobody knows that fucking bad piece of tack gear they don't, and then they try to fuck
Right.
with you during the trade and you're like, oh yeah? You didn't see this in the trade window, did you? Blap, blap.
Right. Like, you thought this was what? No, it was
Yeah,
this. Okay,
for
okay.
real.
Oh, by the
This
way,
is
there's
actually
a new patch, so if someone wants to restart their game and see where it sits at the game, I'd much appreciate it. Go ahead.
hold
Twigs,
on.
would you mind? You already finished your download, yeah? No, you didn't? Oh. Oh, you have to delete stuff? I no, I'm accustomed, like Grim, right, guys? Like we know my capture addiction. Every update, I basically have to delete stuff. I didn't have to delete anything. I'm just updating the game right now. And Twigs over here has 90.17 gigabytes of captures on her Fallout 76 file. Who are you, me?
Jeez. Dude, you need to chillax, Triggy. Like, geez, what are you, a photographer
I
holic?
don't know if I'll buy that excuse. She's saying that we use her PlayStation as the primary entertainment, and she says I can buy that or sell it. She doesn't care. But
That's fine.
I'm just saying we got two PlayStations side by side here, so we could watch on mine, and she could edit on hers. That's what I do. I've been editing on mine while watching on hers.
So, Foot, what were you gonna say about the patches?
Yeah. What else we got going on, Foot?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to, because I don't see an update for this. I'm checking for an update. And as you know, sometimes it just wants to take its own damn time to do anything. Oh, I think I just went down.
Hey, do you guys hear that the United States military is actively using video games currently to recruit people into the military online right now? Like, that's a thing.
That's the way to
Like,
go.
we know that they've been using video games as a recruitment tool for a long, long time, and also indoctrination tools. We're aware. We're not stupid. But I mean that, like, right now, my wife is looking at a story that's active online that is saying that the military is going on to games like Modern Warfare and other shooters that have like Call of Duty, other sandbox shooters too, and battle royales, and they are recruiting people and moving them to private teams, and then taking those teams and paying for them to play the games, and then testing them there, and then recruiting yet another tier from that games, and recruiting those. The third tier is recruited to the military for active duty service right now.
Whatever gets to these kids, I don't care. My suggestion would be just to reinstitute the draft. That'll teach a lot of these young damn boys what life was really like.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
When
I
I was
agree.
18, I had to sign up for the draft. You had one or two choices.
Yeah,
You
me
either
too.
went to college, or you signed, or you could take a chance of getting drafted, unless you were the single child of a parent. That's the only thing that saved me.
Yep, yep. And nowadays, though, if they were to instill the draft, that the single parent and a single child rule and the dual parents in service rule doesn't actually apply in the same format anymore.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, like if you have any family in the area, an estranged uncle, a grandparent, anything like that, that the kids can go to, then both active duty parents can be put into a conflict zone of any kind. And likewise, if your mother has a brother and that brother has a son, one or both of you are eligible for active duty. And in fact, if you were drafted, both of you would be drafted because they feel the survivability rate. They just wouldn't put both of you into the same conflict zone. They would split you up into different areas so that if one thing like wiped out an entire fob up front in a certain zone, they didn't wipe out the entire family line by having you all in the same area.
Yep, they learned their lessons
Yeah,
way
it's
back
a
in the
lot
day.
of it's a lot of stuff
There's actually
like
an
that
act
they've
for
been
it.
doing. But the thing about the draft was it gave you a different mindset. When
It
you were
did.
18 years old and you knew you had to sign up for the draft, and if you did not want to go, you went and you found a way to get your shit together because you didn't know if you were going to get called.
Yep, agreed.
Real shit.
Okay.
So is everybody
Well, for some
checked
reason
to see if the
yours,
game's up?
yeah, but Grim, for some reason your mic is really, really low.
Yeah, it's because I have
All the
my
subjects like
wireless
you
one.
walk down the hallway.
Yeah, well, okay, is this better? Because my other mic has to charge, so I'm using a backup mic. Yeah.
I feel that. I switched from my backup mic to this one because I was getting feedback on mine.
I
Gotcha,
think my
gotcha.
internet is down.
Actually, truth be told, this is Twig's new mic assembly she picked up.
Nice mic assembly,
Yeah.
Twig.
Yeah, mine's in the office right now. I didn't want to go get it. This was faster.
It's
comfortable,
okay,
too.
Twig.
This
Being
is
lazy,
light.
Twig. He's being lazy.
Bro, Twig, he being lazy. Look at him. Gleam your eyes at him, like sneer and be like, you lazy ass.
You know what's funny? She can't
Guys, I'll
hear
be back
you,
in a minute. I
and
need
that
to
still
reset
happened.
my
Are you
PS.
serious?
Yeah, she didn't say the words. What she did was look at me, and then her eyes kind of glazed over at me for a second, and then she threw her hands up like, "What, bitch?"
Mind
But it was like in
transfer.
perfect unison to your instructions, as though she could hear you. It was great.
It's fucking hilarious.
So we got any other patch notes going on there?
He just left the party to come back in. He said he was restarting his stuff. So
No, yeah, I caught that. I was just, do we know if we got towards the end of that, or?
I don't know.
That was a good bit already. I'm already pretty happy with what's about to happen.
I
Like,
got the Western outfit with chaps, so I'm definitely gonna be putting my space chick in that when I'm gonna put a cowboy hat on her, and she's gonna be a space cowgirl.
my my update's saying it's 8.646 gigabytes, and that it's going to take me approximately 3 hours to get that installed.
Bruh,
I mean, I'm already a little ways into it, but that's, that was the overall estimate when it
I
started.
got the real question for you is, does the
Any yours?
Quick Mart know that you're using their Wi-Fi?
Do what now?
Does the Quick Mart, the 75 Mart, gas station, know that you're using their Wi-Fi? 'Cause, bro,
No, they don't
that's
know.
a long
It's
time,
7-Eleven. Thanks, 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, like, bro, like, holy shit. If that's actual time right there, like, bro, mine's done way before then.
Yeah. And it's,
Okay, there we
I
go.
believe firmly
Now
that
it
it
just
is this
kicked in.
PlayStation that makes it take so
69%
long,
download.
because this is an original
Oh, actually,
PlayStation
that
4
downloaded
from the
pretty
first
quick.
line of PlayStation 4s. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
So the
basically a
download.
dinosaur compared to some of the models of PlayStation 4 that have come out. Because, you know, like, they make new
Facts.
ones, they do little updates, things like that. You know, software's better to integrate with the newer hardwares. Because the thing is like when you update a system, like phones suffer from this greatly. As versions come out of new models of phones, the software will update to keep up with these new models of phones, obviously. Well, your old model of phone will also receive, you know, weekly, monthly, annual updates itself for efficiency. But the thing is that your hardware may not be set up to handle the software in that manner. So as your phone begins to receive updates, like this was a big problem for several people I knew that had iPhone 4Ss, for example. By the time the iPhone, and I'm not speaking to any one particular brand in this, I'm just like 6 and 7 were out, the iPhone 4 would receive updates, but functionally it couldn't do a lot of things anymore. It got to the point where it didn't know how to talk to Facebook. It wouldn't properly run Google simply because the software expected the hardware to be capable of doing things that it just physically was not.
Yeah.
And that also impacts greatly your battery life. As efficiencies are added to the system software, your battery actually, in a way, takes damage over time from it. You
Because
know,
it's
and
taking energy from new shit that was added because it didn't have, and it's not used to.
yeah, you know, and it may not have certain hardline reroutes that the newer phones will have, and so when the software tells it to move its energy or data in this manner, it may not be capable of that.
No, and then
You
it
know.
overflows the only one direction it has for massive amounts of shit. And then that's how you end up with a fried phone really quick.
Yeah. And a lot of people also back then, well, I mean, in general, I feel most people are pretty bad about not emptying data off their phones. They
Oh
don't clear their
yeah,
caches often
yeah,
enough. They just
clear
keep
that shit.
videos and pictures they've taken forever. One really bad habit to have, I get why it can be useful, but unless you're the kind of person who connects everything so that when this happens, it automatically saves somewhere, like, for example, I think that auto saving your Facebook Messenger pictures and videos to your phone, there's a feature for that. And if you don't disable it, your data inside your phone internally will just fill up so quickly. You'll end up with all kinds of GIFs and memes and short videos that people have sent to you over time, and they stack up. You know, and then like if you turn off that feature, though, you can always just hold the picture and download anything you want to save permanently. It only takes one step, you know.
Right.
But if you're going to save that kind of stuff all the time and just leave the autosave feature on, then you're going to want to connect your phone to something like, I don't know, Google Drive or Dropbox or some kind of, maybe even a couple
Cloud.
of services, depending. Yeah, the cloud in general. That way you have something to autosave those to so that you can just delete them off your phone whenever you don't want to use them anymore and you know you have them archived somewhere else. But if you don't set your shit up for that, then you're just setting yourself up for failure, you know? And then your phones, laptops, and tablets will begin to run like shit, and the layman's is going to be like, I don't understand what the performance issue is, and they might blame it on the internet speed, but really it's there's too much shit on the hard drive for it to have any elbow room to think,
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Before we get too much more into it, Flut, was there anything more about the patch notes?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
whole bunch of shit about the patch
Well,
notes.
let's
It
continue.
goes on for
Fuck yeah.
days.
Let's keep going then. Shit, I'm excited already. I want to know more.
Backpack appearance updates. Head to the armored workbench to use the modify menu to swipe the appearance of your existing backpack with any skins you've unlocked through quests, events, or atomic shops. Skins can now be applied to small backpacks as well as those who have not yet unlocked the normal backpack plans by completing the Order of the Tadpole quest. You
Nice.
can apply skins to your existing backpacks as well as any new ones you craft.
Nice.
Art and animation. Barbecue grills get hungry. Barbecue grills, semicolon, get hungry, exclamation point, which is funny. When using a barbecue grill, your character will now appear to flip and grill some toasty steaks.
Nice.
Tell me why that makes me happy. It's such a simple
Uh,
thing, but that makes me
it is a
so happy.
Because
it is a simple thing.
it's basically your dude now is actually interacting with it like he should be interacting with it. It's a fucking grill. You should be grilling, not chopping.
Grognok's throne. We've added a new animation that will play when sitting in Grognok's throne so that you can survey land with your royal confidence. I don't have Grognok's throne. I don't even know where it's at.
It was part of the Atomic Shops, and Twigs got it. She loves that thing. The Grognok's Throne? There's what is it? It's a special music will play? What'd you say?
Yeah, it just says it has a new animation that will play.
It has a new animation that will play when you interact with the throne.
I know Death has one.
Yeah.
Let's see,
I have
Liberty
one too,
Prime
I'm not
Power
that
Armor.
into it like she is.
Liberty Prime Power Armor. If you're a strong silent type, you may be pleased to know that we've added an alternate version of the Liberty Prime Power Armor helmet that will not play voices, that will not play voice lines while you're wearing it. Finally, damn armor will shut up. Players who own the Liberty Prime armor can now craft the silent version of the helmet at the Power Armor station.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
okay, I get it. But I'm like, I like that mine talks.
I don't even have it, because I don't even run with power armor, so...
Well, you know, I got that one character, Power Armor Paula, that's got like 60 power armors on her, and I almost have all of them painted.
Did you get the Raiders and Settlers bundle pack? Is that
I didn't. My sugar mama over here bought it for me as a gift, but if we're being honest about it, she bought it for herself and then bought me one so I wouldn't complain. the Raider Settler bundle.
I didn't have to buy it for you.
Oh yeah, she didn't have to.
Money too.
Yeah,
So
but she really wanted to be the one to get it for me, which I thought was sweet.
So, Nuclear Winter, limited time survival challenges at Lock Themed Cosmetics. We've added 8 new Nuclear Winter challenges that you can complete to earn Survivors themed cosmetic rewards starting today and lasting until 7 p.m. on June the 11th. One new challenge will appear in the character challenge menu each day until 8 are available, and they will remain available until the end of the event. You can earn the first reward with 150 Overseer X points, and the last with 2,500 Overseer XP points. All others will be required to have 2,000 Overseer XP points. Overseer XP you earn will roll over from one challenge to the next, but they must be completed one at a time and in order. As you complete the challenges, you'll be able to claim new themed items like new furniture for your camp, Survivor denim, a gully suit outfits. Look, what? Chili?
Ooh, I want that.
Chillalle.
Ghillie suit. Yeah, it's like a big shaggy urban, or not urban, sorry. Yeah, like what you see snipers wearing, where they got all the green stringy stuff and plants all over them. Yeah, that's a ghillie
So you'll
suit.
be able to get a ghillie suit outfit, as well as skins from Nuclear Winter's newest weapon, the bow, cattle prod, and Gauss shotgun. Are they putting they're putting a Gauss shotgun?
Oh, I knew it. I called it. I knew they were gonna put that.
Call
fucker
me
in
Burning Bush.
Oh yeah.
They have got to nerf that. It cannot be that strong, though. The Gauss shotgun's gonna have to be
Dude, I'm
nerfed.
about to shred some people with that fucker in Nuclear Winter today.
You can learn more about this event
I'm gonna crack
directly
open
from
Nuclear
Zach's
Winter today.
and preview the rewards by reading your latest Zach's transmission article on Fallout.com. Those things better be nerfed.
Oh, dude, we got a team right here. If Foot wants to join, you want to join, and Twiggy wants to join, we got ourselves a full team to go into Nuclear Winter and grind it.
Oh yeah. I like that plan.
And I'll
Because
be
you know,
streaming it
the only thing
entire
that held me
time.
back before was those special features I was experiencing, but all of those things have righted themselves since Wastelanders. So I've actually been dying to get into Nuclear Winter.
Oh, dude, ooh, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it.
Well, don't fight it, bro.
So new weapons, the bow.
I
Oh
know.
man, can you imagine having Chameleon and having the bow
That's exactly
in
what I'm talking
Nuclear
about.
Winter?
Yeah. Bro, you know how deadly
Yeah,
the
that'd
bow
be
is
dope.
just in general, bro? It's a lot more deadlier than a lot of people give it credit for.
Well, I used
Yeah.
to use a crossbow because people
See, I got
they
a
can't see
3-star
where you're
explosive
at.
crossbow and a 3-star explosive bow already.
Get this.
No, I'm talking about the Nuclear Winter.
No, I
would
know.
radio
I'm just saying,
myself
like,
and
I've had fun
and
playing
use
with
a
them, so I
crossbow.
get how powerful they are, you know?
Crossbows are fucking OP in Nuclear Winter.
So the new weapons are the bow, the cattle prod, and the Gauss shotgun have been added and tuned for combat in Nuclear Winter matches. Find the supply crates for your scavenged and as you scavenge for your gear. Okay, bug fixes, art and animation. Animation. Dying while playing an instrument no longer causes an instrument to become invisible after respawning. Fix an issue that could cause the overseer to slide out of her chair before standing. Fixed a rare issue that could cause the player to fall through the world during character creations. Lighting. Optimize lighting outside the overseer's house and the wayward to address performance issues. Texture. The clandestine Gauss pistol skin now appears correct when applied to the drum magazine mod. When are they going to fix the dying and going into no, like yesterday I was fighting the queen. I killed her, and just as I ran up to her, something killed me. I don't know what it was, but then I could not respawn back in.
Probably hasn't been enough
It's
complaints.
the respawn glitch, and it happens quite often where if you die, you cannot respawn in, and it happens on the queen, and it happens in encrypted.
Yeah, and those are two crucial ass missions to have that happen in too. And if you go spawn somewhere else, if you can manage to force it.
Anywhere else. You can't.
No, I've been stuck there. And you can force it by fucking with it several times in a row.
Dude,
But even when you do, you spawn back. No, that's what I'm saying. Listen, when you spawn back dead. I've got a video I can send it to you. Yeah. I got a video I can send to you where it happened to me like 3 times in one day, and I fucked with it for several minutes each time, and eventually I was able to get it to respawn, and I was even able to respawn it more than once, and it was during fighting a Scorch Beast, not like the Queen or anything. It was actually over the one that's in the southern part of the forest. You know what I'm talking about? Near Newgad, there's a fucking crater. We were over there. We were just there to farm out when they had the kill a legendary near a fucking fisher site. That's why we were there. And I died, and I kept staying dead. And I could the only thing I could fast travel to that I could get to work was my survival camp. And even then, I would fast travel. I would come in behind it and off to the left, and I'd be dead. And the only thing I could do is click respawn, and it wouldn't work.
So here, let's talk about a different thing, because at least you were able to see something. What I'm talking about, you can't see anything. You can't get to your map. You can't get to your. You can't get into.
You talking about black screen?
No, it doesn't black screen. It just goes into a on your screen. You're spinning. You can see people around you, and it says respawn. But regardless of what button you hit, you cannot respawn, period. The only thing you can do is try to wait for people to leave the area, and then sometimes it still doesn't work, and then you have to close app and come back in. We call it the
Did you try holding down your options button until you saw the name?
I tried everything.
Damn.
You don't see the name. Nothing. The entire controller goes dead. The only button that works is the PS button. No other button works.
Did you try turning your controller off, like disjunctioning it from the PlayStation, plugging it in and turning it back on to see if it would restart the drivers for the controller?
He doesn't understand what I mean, that I tried everything.
Well, I mean, did you try that?
Yes, I was there for 15 minutes.
That's a step most people wouldn't think, and since we usually have to cover Old Man Learns the Internet, I wasn't trying to be unfair or assumptuous to assume that you may not have tried that step.
No, that was one I did, but the only button that works on the PS when it freezes like that, and it's not just me, several people have been having this issue. The only button that works is the PS button. And so, but the only thing I do like that they did, normally when you close out and go back in, you don't get access to whatever it was you killed. But when I got back in, I still had access to the queen and was able to get the stuff out of her and all the dead bodies that were around. So that lets me know that they're aware of the issue, because it used to be once you went out, you could come back in and get anything.
Yeah, that's been my issue. When I have been able to get back in, everything was empty. Or sometimes the bodies would just be gone.
Yeah. So it lets me know that they are trying to address it. At least they know about it.
Makes sense.
They're supposed to be fixing them today, but we're still going through the patch notes.
Yeah.
Right, who is he talking to?
Talking to Bradley.
Because I can barely hear him.
Yeah, he's talking to Bradley, I think is what he said.
Yeah, Bradley in the stream. Yeah, we're still going through the patch notes as we speak right now, so...
Yeah, we just got off on a side tangent about a particular bug. But yeah, go ahead, tell us more.
Okay, so camp and workshops allies no longer sometimes attack the players other camp objects and turrets. I didn't know they were doing that.
About time.
Let's see. Building. Moving camp location now currently closes the build mode for teammates who had it open while the original building area. Didn't know you could do that either. Collectron Station. The communist Collectron will now find propaganda flyers less often while scavenging. I heard people talking about that one. They were like,
Yeah.
they come back and they just had a bunch of communist flyers, propaganda flyers.
That's funny.
It is. It is funny.
Okay. Display cases. Assigning an item to a display case no longer sometimes prevents the player from crafting other items at the same type. They did that?
I didn't. You know, now that you say that, I realize that that's what was happening to me. Like at a different time. I was like, "Holy shit! Is that what was happening?" Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, assigning an item to a display case no longer sometimes prevents the player from crafting other items of that same type. Okay. Exploit. Addressed a duplication exploit related to camp objects. Exploit. Addressed a camp budget exploit. Don't know what that one was.
You could drop and pick up another item. Doesn't matter which one, because I'm trying to spread the knowledge. But you could drop and pick up an item several times into your store inventory, and it would increase your build space.
Somebody would tell me that one.
Well, I mean, it screws people in the end. Like, I know somebody for the last one, when they did the door one everybody knows about, some people increased their camp build to like 230%, and all of those people had to scrap their fucking glorious, beautiful, built-up camps when Wastelanders came out because they couldn't plant a sign.
That's funny.
Okay,
shit.
give me a second. I just lost my patch notes.
Karma's a bitch.
Where did my patch notes go?
I don't know. You had them on your phone, didn't you?
No, I was looking at them on my tablet, and I don't know if I hit something or what just happened. Hold on for a second. I gotta find them again. I didn't know how the hell I found them.
How's your download looking there, Lost?
Well, it says 3 hours still. That hasn't changed.
That's a plus, right?
Yeah, I'm 1.205 out of 8.
Pardon me, everybody. I got 115 minutes left for my download.
Twigs has 29 minutes left. Oh no, she's already done with everything. She's copying now.
Oh, what the fuck? Hacks. I call bullshit. Bullfuckery on that one.
Never mind, I misspoke. She's copying photos to a drive for the next 30 minutes. Yes, okay. Oh, you know what? I should turn on the fucking other PlayStation and get it updated. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna let that do its thing for now and leave that one off, and then I'll update it. It'll only take a couple of minutes. It's brand new and it's a terabyte. It's good.
Not only that, you don't want too many fucking pulling on the internet, then it's gonna make them all fucking slow as shit.
Okay, where were we at? We were doing.
We were talking about
the
the
fixing. Fixes. We were doing animation.
Yeah.
Okay. Talked about that. Oh, here we were down to exploits. Okay. Light bulbs. Bulb lights no longer consume more camp budget than intended. That'll help me out a lot.
Yeah, seriously, me too. I love lights.
The klaxon wall light can no longer be turned on if it's not connected to a power source.
What sign is that?
The klaxon wall light, KLAXON.
Not ringing a bell.
Yeah, me either. Hold on. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's see.
I'm trying to find my damn phone.
Locks. Locked objects in players' camp now better indicate to players who do not own them and that they will become wanted if they pick the lock. Okay? Trees can now be placed in wider variety of terrain types. I didn't know anybody had trees.
Oh yeah,
Tourist.
yeah. They came out with that garden set that had the white exterior walls and stuff.
Okay.
Basically, so people could go to like wasteland areas that have no trees and put trees down and make it look like a homely.
An oasis,
Yeah.
if you will.
Deterrence. Address an issue that could cause camp deterrents to attack each other.
Yep.
Workbenches. Players can now
Yes.
correctly use workbenches immediately after an NPC has used them.
Well, I'm just wondering when they're going to fix that problem where you try to get off it and your dude gets back on it again.
Yeah, no, they're not going to fix anything that involves them being in our way directly. Like Beckett, I tried to build his bar thing, and I was trying to fine-tune the placement of it, and that motherfucker wouldn't stop grabbing the bar. And I'm like, dude, seriously, I should be able to tell this guy to get the fuck out of my way in some way. Or when I'm clicking on the item to move it, I should be able to fucking move it, you know?
Well, there used to be like in Fallout 4, you'd be running around with your companion, and he would be in your way. Like you'd be trying to get through the door, and he'd be standing in the door.
And you know what was jank-ass about Fallout 4 was if you paid attention to the perks, there was a perk that made them stay out of your way more. And I'm like, that's bullshit. That means you program these assholes to get in my way. I felt like that in 3 in New Vegas. Like, man, what do they do? Program these assholes to stand in line of fire? And then when 4 came out, I was like, I fucking think they do.
So they programmed to protect you.
Or ran by myself.
Oh no, my character was Strong. I learned so much from Strong. Strong said to me one day, he said, "You stupid? Why you shoot Meyer Lurk in the shell? Shoot them in the face. We're soft, stupid." And I went, huh, that makes sense.
Nah, man. Kate was my character. Kate was where it was at. Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Plus, getting to meet the voiceover artist in real life was dope.
Exiting a power armor station no longer sometimes causes the controls to temporarily lock up.
That's good. I have a problem with that power armor character, man. You go through like 10 power armors in a row, and then various features will start to happen to you, like power armors that don't disappear is a good one if you're lucky. Otherwise, you'll end up stuck in a power armor suit you can't get out of, or oh my god, there's so many different things. Like especially once you start dropping like 50 power armors and manipulating them, that becomes the real issue. But I don't think they intend you for you to be doing it the way I do it, you know? Like
These motherfuckers got so many different power armors, dude. I bet you if they were to introduce being able to display power armors, this motherfucker could literally open up a shop and make a display case of
already designing it.
I bet figures you would be.
Yep, I'm already. That's Power Armor Paula's whole thing. I'm building it as though I would have displays for it, and as placeholders for some of the displays, I'm actually putting in the Nuka-Cola doors, and I've been taking pictures of me walking into the Nuka-Cola door against a flat wall, like a small closet, and then stepping out of it and closing the Nuka-Cola door, and the armor fits inside the cavity.
Hold up for a second. So we got some stuff here I think some people might be interested in. Let's see, stealth.
Ooh.
Receiving stealth from multiple sources at once, like an escape artist perk card, stealth boys, chameleon armor, etc. no longer cause enemies to instantly detect the player. VATS. Changing the body part selection in VATS while using charging weapons, like a bow or Gauss weapon, no longer causes the next shot to hit the previous selected body part. Didn't know that was happening. Enemies. Blood Eagles no longer sometimes drop weapons that have nuclear winter mods as loot. Didn't know they were doing that. Scorch. Fiction issue causing more boss Scorch to spawn in the top of Thunder Mountain power plant than intended. Boss Scorch. I did see 2 of them down at one time. I was confused about that. Okay. Wendigo Colossus. Fix an issue that could cause the Wendigo Colossus to suddenly stop taking damage. What they should have done is fix an issue where he just comes out more. But here's some new challenges.
Yeah, I still haven't seen one in person yet.
I fought one yesterday.
Yeah.
Who's Lou?
Silent Hill or...
Lou is... Fuck, it's one of the quests for either the Raider or the Settler. Which one? It's the Raider, right? Yeah. No. Is it?
I think so.
Twigs is saying it's Raider. You rescue Lou from he's a ghoul underground, right? Yeah, you go with the chick who has the prisoner collar with the voice activator on it, who can't say explosion, she can only say big boom.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you go down there with her, and Lou is the ghoul that's down there that you need the help with.
Yeah, the bombing guy. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so check this out. There's a new daily called Lou's Mine. Foundation and Crater now have locations that are considered subterranean for challenges like level up in caves and mines.
Oh, I was hoping for that. Did anybody else go explore out those areas, or how about the new vendor, legendary vendor location? There's a door down there at the bottom, like a fence, you know. And to me, I was like, oh, these beg to be places in the future. If they're not, then I know nothing about games, you know.
Well, think about it now, where they're talking about the new Hunter versus Hunted.
Yeah.
The mole miners that are coming out with pails that have stuff in them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense that they would come from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'd be trying to take it to her.
Address an exploit that could allow players to complete certain tadpole and positive challenges repeatedly for rewards. Okay, so you can only do it once now.
Well, you have to. It was intended.
Claim different workshop challenge no longer requires the Spruce Knob workshop, and the number of workshops needed to complete the challenge to be reduced from 20 to 18.
Nice.
World.
Okay, I get that. I mean, I completed that shit a long time ago, but I get that for the new players, why that's impactful. I still can't find Abandoned Bogtown, though. Are they going to fix that?
The complete different daily chess now correctly appears in the world category after completing the complete an event while in a group challenge. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Interesting. Secret Service armor can now be repaired beyond 100% using perk cards.
Finally.
That's good, because that Secret Service armor takes so long to actually break down.
Bro, it's not even necessarily that. Like, I put on my fucking armor that basically says you can repair armor and power armor above 200%, dude. And I go to repair it, it just repairs it at a regular 100%. Like, bruh, like, this shit should be above fucking 100%. It should be, like, 200 plus. Like, come on.
Well, you can now. It says Secret Service chest armor can now... Oh, just the chest armor?
Yeah,
Secret Service chest armor. Oh, okay. I didn't know that wouldn't do it. Okay. Exploit. Addressing ammo exploitation for weapons that use fusion cores as ammo. Which one was that?
I don't know.
That'd probably be the laser Gatling guns, for example. Use fusion cores as as their ammunition.
Well, apparently there was an ammo gets. Fix several issues that can prevent weapons that use fusion cores, like the Gatling plasma, from firing correctly.
Yeah, sometimes you would stop firing and you'd have to reload, and you'd end up with like partial cores, and then it wouldn't prioritize your cores properly. They had a similar problem with the was it plasma cores? Yeah, for the plasma Gatling guns. Sometimes they would just switch out, or when you reloaded, you'd end up with like a bunch of fucking plasma cores for no reason that had like 10% still left in them. But they patched the plasma core last update, so it makes sense they'd be patching the fusion this one. Sorry, what'd you say, Grim?
Yes, man. Yes. Wait. What, Grim?
I was gonna say, because that's some heavy ass shit that you're carrying around. If it just got 10%.
Yeah.
Fucking shit in it. There's no point in that shit being in your inventory. That shit should be gone.
Yeah, it's not like it weighs less because it has less energy in it.
No,
you know?
That shit's still heavy.
Yeah.
Go ahead now.
Yeah, go ahead,
so
Footloose.
Gas mask. Raider Skull gas mask now correctly remove hardware when equipped. Headwear when equipped. So Raider Skull gas mask now correctly remove other headwear. Okay. Headwear. Fix an issue that will prevent the character's body from rendering when wearing the communist militant hat. I don't know what that one is. Headwear. The free radical mask is low. Bastards. The free radical mask is no longer a legendary item which is now consistent with other hardware. I was enjoying that free radical mask.
Yeah.
I'm glad
A lot of people are going to be sad about that one.
No, it was a happy. I mean, they made the mistake. Okay, it was a mistake, but they should have just left it. I mean, it was already in there. Like my free radical mask, I love my radical mask because I had an unyielding, a bolstering, and a chameleon.
Well, now
They
you
should've just
have
left
three
it.
masks, bro. How does it make
Yeah, I
sense?
don't understand why, like, first of all, like, say I'm the company. Why admit to a mistake everybody's happy about?
Right, everybody's happy about the mask, so why even
That in
bother?
no way broke anything. Nobody that I'm aware of has been using it to make any kind of system exploits or anything like that either. It's just another piece of armor.
They see it like this. They feel that a face mask shouldn't have anything other than a breathing apparatus effect.
Well, that one doesn't have a breathing apparatus effect. So
No.
what now? So
So
what is it now? Just a
basically-
cute little mask?
Well,
So
Yep.
what they? You know what I bet you they do?
Huh.
I bet you they come out with a legendary purchase item in the item shop for the radical mask.
Nah, they won't do that because it'd be too sparring for people to go after them for paid for advantage.
Yeah. And they
Yeah,
would-
if
Well,
they
it's
gave us an item that we could purchase
if it's an
for,
item shop, if it's an item shop item, you can't trade it. It can't be traded and or sold.
yeah, but I
because
can
it's an
buy
item
it
shop.
to gain a legendary effect that players who can't afford to buy it
Exactly.
will not gain access to,
That
which
would
is
be a
like
big
Well,
the
that's-
epitome of what people would be mad
Well,
about.
That's their damn problem. Half the players can't afford to buy a box so they can store their jump. Don't nobody complain about that, except Grim.
Well, I mean, shit, a lot of people complain
Yeah,
about
I
it.
get
It's
it.
just all they got to do is pop $13 to stop
You know
complaining
what,
about it.
Fud?
That's on
You
them.
know,
But I mean,
you know,
only
back to-
$13. I'm a broke ass dude.
Right.
Only $13 is still a lot of money. Like
I
at the end of the
still like
month,
my
we got like
radical
$20 for food. You know, like. But yeah, I think that they shouldn't have got rid of it, and I definitely don't think that they should make it an atomic item. Because I mean, think about how people lost their mind when they gave us the Unstoppables costumes, and as a bonus, the max you could get by having 4 people in a party wearing one was plus 50 to your health, and people lost their fucking shit about that. And the thing was like you could actually go in the game and do the Mistress of Mystery quest, and that counts. That is a costume that you earn within the game that counts for the Unstoppables. So if you got like the Unstoppables daily challenge, wear an Unstoppables costume while you level up, you can wear the Mistress of Mystery costume and it counts. And so the problem that people had, though, is that they were like, well, that'd be fine if all 4 of us could wear Mistress of Mystery, but they specified that it had to be different costumes, which pretty much forced that at least 3 out of 4 members of a team would have had to have made a purchase to gain a benefit. But also the benefit only lasted for the week because it was part of the promotional thing. And it shouldn't have been as big a deal as people made it out to be. It wasn't that huge an advantage. 50 hit points in this game is not that big a fucking deal. Not when you look at how much weapon damage can do in a single shot.
Yeah, but not when you're as big as we are. For some of the little guys, that meant a lot to them.
Yeah, I get that.
But I still think the radical mask was a happy mistake. They should have just left
Yeah,
it.
they
Okay,
should have
back
left
to
it. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, you're right.
The jetpacks fixed an issue allowing jetpack power armor mods. Fixed an issue allowing jetpack power armor mods can now only be applied to the torso.
Why would
Wait,
they
shit.
apply it to the legs
Was
or
that-
some shit?
Yeah, right? What the
Hey,
fuck was
look,
that?
I'm reading it. I don't know. Fixed an issue allowing jetpack power armor mods can now only be applied to the torso.
Man, I feel like as a power armor, character builder, that I missed out on something cool there.
Like,
Well, I'll
didn't
tell
even
you
know
one of the
anything about
things. So, for instance, the T60 power armor. Instead of it saying calibrated shots for the T60 power armor, it says jetpack.
that. Ha!
Oh,
So
no
you can't
shit.
Yeah, you can't put it. You have a jetpack on a leg, a jetpack mod for a leg.
Damn.
Like, bro,
I don't see they
you
fixed that.
definitely
Okay.
Rocket Man now.
Fuck, bro. I wonder
Well,
if
I
you would have
stuck it
flown
on
better
there
if you
just-
had 2.
I stuck it on there just to see if maybe it put a little jet on the back of the leg. No,
Yeah.
it didn't. It didn't.
Damn.
So I think
That'd
it
have been
should
funny
be
too,
calibrated
right?
shots. It should be calibrated shots, but instead it says jetpack.
You know what's funny? What I'm thinking, I was like, I wonder if fucking your kicks have that much more power now.
Or yeah, like when you land, you know, like.
Rocket fucking just do rocket propelled kicks, dude. You taking someone's fucking head off their shoulders. I don't give a fuck who they is. That shit
Okay,
gone.
let's get back to this. Power armor. The Settler Vigilant Paint no longer removes red resistance from T-51 power armor.
Okay.
Don't know what that one is. Power armor.
Right.
Remove references to Vault 94 when crafting Strangler Heart power armor. Yeah, because it's no longer a Vault 94 thing. Okay.
Yeah,
Power
sadly.
Armor. Fix an issue that could cause another player to appear to be idle inside their power armor while they were actively using the power armor station.
Oh, that made for some funny videos.
Listen. Corrected the name of the plan to craft Under Armour and move Secret Service Under Armour to the Under Armour category in the Armor Workbench.
Okay, nice.
Okay, makes sense, right? Go back where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, but you can't mod it. So, like, if you buy the Secret Service Power Armor, it has mod slots, but there's no mods for it. I wonder if they did that so now you can actually mod it.
Maybe
That would be neat. That's one we'll have to look at physically when we get in the game then, huh?
Well, think about it. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be paints and shit for the Secret Service outfit and mask and shit, so just like they did for the weapons.
Oh, you know for fucking sure.
And when that drops, I'm getting it. I bet you that's what's coming out too.
So weapons. Gauss shotgun mods now correctly require the Science Master 1 perk in order to craft them. Weapons. Commander, the girl that being the whatchamacallit. Final Quest now correctly awards a level 50 VATS unknown alien blaster to the characters over level 50. Well, how is that going to help me now that I'm a level 50 with a level 20 gun?
I was lucky. Mine's a level 50.
Yeah, mine's a level 20. That's why it's hanging on the wall, or was until they took the displays down. Weapons. Gatling guns now correctly display the fire rate of 20 in the Pip-Boy.
Okay.
Alright. NPC. Ally. Speaking with Commander, whatever her name is, immediately after fast traveling during her quest line no longer sometimes prevents Emerson from visiting. Or Emerson from visiting. Emerson should be dead by now. Dialogue. Exiting and quickly re-entering dialogue with an NPC should no longer result in a notification stating this individual is busy. Frida Medina. Who the hell is Frida Medina? No longer sometimes walks away during a conversation with a player. I don't know who Frida is. Let's see, Jid. No longer clips into the stairs in front of the Wayward. Okay.
What up,
Purveyor, the Purveyor. Fix an issue that can prevent players from interacting with the Purveyor in first-person view. Random encounters. The settler that shoots at possums during the random encounter no longer allows spawns at level. What?
Say that again.
The settler that shoots at possums
Yeah, I've
during a
encountered
random
him.
encounter no longer allows spawns at level 1. Oh, maybe they were spawning level 1 possums.
Maybe.
I guess.
Let's see what they
I didn't
say
really pay
about
attention to the level.
Smiley.
I know if you kill all the possums for him, he gives you reputation.
If a player has purchased all of Smiley's gold bullion for the week, he will no longer continue to ask if you're interested in buying more. Why don't you just make him so he buys more?
Right.
Instead of it being every 7 days.
Well,
Okay.
actually,
Yeah,
his
Can't you
finance-
get like 600 from him once a week?
Yeah, but then you can't go back until the following week.
Right. I was just making sure that they're not changing
it's
that part of
300.
it. They're just saying they're not going to. Is it 300?
It's 300. 300 for 6,000 caps.
I thought it was 600 for 6,000 caps. My bad.
Nope, it's 300
But they're
for
not changing
6,000
that part.
caps.
They're just making it to where he doesn't persistently ask you for an option that you can't execute anymore. Right?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Welcome
Okay.
on to the server side chat.
Hey, clone.
Hey,
Okay, performance and stability, server stability. Fix a number of issues that could result in a server crashing during normal gameplay. That's 1 of 1,000. Fix a stability issue caused by large stacks of inventory items.
I need that. I need that fix in my life right there. You know I do.
did they do the fix where if more than 5 guys are shooting 2-shot explosive miniguns at the Queen, your world doesn't go to shit? I've actually crashed from too many people using explosive weapons on the Queen.
I doubt it, because I think that's just the game itself be getting overloaded by too much shit going on.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Literally like a heart attack to the game.
C63.
Address a service crash that could occur when updating players' quest targets.
Really?
Address a server crash that could occur when updating players' quest targets. Fix a server crash that could occur while playing in a private world. Fix an issue that could cause a service crash in nuclear winter.
Can we use
Client
display
stability.
cases and stuff again?
Not yet, doesn't say.
It doesn't. Yeah, we haven't got there if it does.
Oh, I'm pretty sure this update they added Fosnot and all
Yeah,
that.
we
Oh
covered
yeah,
that
yeah, we
already.
already covered that. Yeah.
Did they add a colossal problem yet, or is that later?
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but they did touch on how there was an issue with the colossal Wendigo or whatever that they are fixing.
Not taking damage, yeah, they fixed the one where
if
he
you
wasn't taking damage.
If you look at the roadmap, I'm pretty sure they're setting it up to where the colossal Wendigo is going to be like a guaranteed nuke drop boss battle, like the Queen.
Yeah,
Cool,
that'd
that would be nice.
Because I remember watching a data mine a couple weeks ago, and it was supposed to be you drop the nuke right on top of a Minoga mine.
So that actually sounds about right.
Because it was supposed to spawn in the Minoga area. Or,
Well,
yeah,
hey.
because it's kind of on the edge of the swamp and all that.
I'll be right back, everybody. I'm gonna go and get something to drink and use the restroom.
I
Alright,
can't
let's
play right now.
Roger that. We're gonna hit the more of these patch notes.
Holy, this is an
Client
8.6 gig update? That's a big update for just, like, big bugs.
That's actually small compared to a lot of the updates we've seen on here.
Like, how much?
Alright,
how
guys,
big
let's
is
get
this
back to
game
this real
altogether
quick.
right now? Because I know it was like 70, 80 gigs right off the bat, and then
Hey guys, let's get back to this. That's still got a lot to go.
It was like another 60 gigs. It was like downloading a whole other Fallout game.
Here, let's get back to this. That's still got a lot to go. There's a lot here. So, client stability. Address an issue that could result in a client crash during normal gameplay. Client stability. Fixing rare issue that could result in an infinite loading screen and crash when loading into the world from the main menu. Yeah, it's that darn black screen. I had that happen yesterday where it just kept blinking from picture to picture. Like, you start a car and it doesn't click on. That's what it kept doing. Client
You
stability.
talking about like
Fixing
during the
issue-
load screens?
Yeah, during the load screen, it just kept
Yeah,
blinking
yeah, I
from
saw that
picture to
too.
picture. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would never load in. So apparently they're fixing that. Fix a crash that could occur when opening a per card pack. Fix a crash that could occur on Xbox while building in a camp. Jesus.
You know your server's got a problem when you crashed from opening up a pack of perk cards. Like,
Yeah. Alright, question.
Yeah, I play a lot, and I've never experienced that one. Obviously,
No,
some people
yeah.
have, or it wouldn't be an issue, but I've never got that one. That one's crazy. I'd be a little mad.
yeah. I only crash when there's just too much chaos going on, which is really annoying because I feel like it spawns more mobs than what the game can handle most times. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It also depends on people finishing out things in specific areas, not farming. Like, there's certain things too where people will force mobs to spawn on repeat in areas while trolling
yeah.
across the map.
Like Campfire Tales, even that's a good acid farm.
Oh yeah. See, that's a solid one. Yeah, lots of shit to kill. If you're a carnivore, it's a hella good mission too, just in general. Plus, if you're new to the game and you're just trying to get the
XP and acid, because acid is like the foundation material of this game.
yeah, more or less. I mean, I have trouble seeing the perspective on that from my perspective of my interaction with the game. I see why other players say things like, I listen to them, I hear what they're saying, but I have so much plastic and so much acid and so much lead all the time and I'm not out there doing the same. Like, people are like, well, just go to Lucky Hole Mines, and I'm like, but I don't need to. Like, You know, I have so much shit already stacked up. Like, one of the things that I do is plant an assault or a Santatron at every fucking workshop I take over, because all they do is produce food and lead, basically. Like, they produce a shit ton of toys and sweets.
That's the good thing about the Commons Collectron, because it gives you sweet potato soup and ball peen hammers and rataways. They actually collect rataways.
Why is
That's
my
cool.
dog gonna take
I didn't know they
3
collected
hours?
Rataway. That's pretty dope. Yeah, I like that.
I heard that people were getting kind of triggered about the dialogue, but it's like, fucking girl pair.
Yeah, just put him somewhere in a far off end of your house where you don't have to listen to him talk as much.
No, but I think it's kind of funny, his dialogue.
Yeah.
I'm not offended by it.
No, me neither. I think the whole thing's entertaining.
I'm just gonna mute my mic real quick. I just gotta call someone.
Roger. Yeah, let's get back to it, Footloose. You're right. Yeah, I don't think I've done a thicker than water quest, but maybe that's why I haven't done it. I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked when he would turn and look at me over his shoulder. It kind of added to his weird bad boy image, you know?
I'm back.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
I don't think I've done a thicker than water quest, but maybe that's why I haven't done it.
Oh, what up, Sky? Yeah, you're the one that fought, Death earlier. Yeah, has anybody checked to see if... Hold on, I'm sorry for the blue screen real quick. I still got 61 minutes for my shit. So, what about them patch notes? Are we still reading them?
I just gotta go downstairs real quick, but I'll be back in like 5 minutes. And my game should finish updating by then.
Hey, Foot, you there? Are you muted?
Nah, he's here. You can't hear him?
No, for some reason I can't hear him at all. Let me check the party real quick. Yeah, like I'm not even hearing him talk. Not even in the thing. He's not even talking.
I did this just now.
To maybe leave the party and come back, maybe. Like I could vaguely hear him in there just a second ago before it sounded like he disconnected his shit or some shit. Like I cannot hear him at all.
Damn.
So what was he saying? Because I don't think anyone can hear him.
He's on YouTube.
No, Sky, I didn't get anything. I was just basically just running around. Like anything you did give, he took. It wasn't me. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I think maybe he should.
I got
leave the party and come
114
back.
left on minutes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear him.
Hey, bro, you should try to leave the party and come back see if that fixes it. 'Cause it sounds
That's what
like-
he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah, he's giving that a shot right now.
I don't want to miss out on hearing about the patch notes.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yep.
Oh yeah, that reminds me of the conversation you guys were talking about when it was dealing with the communist bot that was the Collectron one.
Yeah.
I had someone who got, I mean, extremely like real life salty type style in the game because we rolled up on their base, we lockpicked our way in. Well, my buddy did death. And he went in and took their ammo, and this dude sent me messages being salty about it, like, you thief, blah, 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 why'd you steal my ammo, you're a thief, dirty, blah, blah. I was like, wow, bro, like, really? First off, don't come assuming that I took your shit, because I didn't.
Yeah.
Second off, since you want to go and assume, we'll show you what assuming happened. So we went to his base and destroyed the entire base.
Yeah, his mic is still pretty quiet. Can you hear Footless now?
No.
Okay, then it gets dead ass quiet. Give us a testing.
No. Like, that's weird.
Huh.
I cannot hear him all of a sudden. Let me try something in the party. Sorry about the blue screen. It don't look like I have him muted or anything. But it shows that his mic's flashing for me in the party. Yeah. Oh, well, hold on then. Let me leave the party real quick and I'll try back. Sorry about the blue screen, everybody. We're just trying to have some technical difficulties right now.
That's cool.
His mic is solid
Now
now.
I can hear you. Here we go.
Okay, there he is.
Yeah, alright. Welcome
now
home,
I can hear you.
everyone.
Yeah. Welcome back.
We brought enough of us for the whole class.
Right.
Open up.
35 minutes. Okay, let's try to get through. Where was I at? Thicker than water. No.
Yeah, I think it's
Universal conspiracy is an issue that could prevent Emirates from visiting and block progressions when attempted to turn in the quest to Commander Girl. I'm going to call her Commander Girl. That's her name now. An ounce of prevention. Move the T-type fuse from Greg's mine supply to the Charleston train yard so that it is easier to find. Yeah, because that one was a bastard to find. Back on the beat, address an issue that could prevent the public event from starting. Buried treasure, fix an issue that could block progressions after interfacing with the intercom and the raiding party enters the security room. As the raiding party enters the security room, where's buried treasure? Oh, that's when you go on the Vault 79.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's when you go on the Vault 79.
Okay.
Okay. Exploit. Addressed a reputation exploit affecting the conversation with Meg. So they just now patching the conversation with Meg.
Yep.
Exploit. Address the exploit that could allow players to complete the vital equipment daily quest multiple times per day. Yeah, because you do it up to like 5 times a day for the first 20 minutes. From Russia with Lev. Fixed multiple disappearances between Lev's subtitles and dialogue. Fun and games. Backing out of a conversation after asking Rara to enter the power armor room no longer causes her to become unresponsive. Rara no longer becomes unresponsive after destroying the Protectrons she spawns. The sentry bot and Ravenous steel underground can no longer be damaged while it is still in the fabricator, will no longer exit the fabricator early. Rara will no longer path to nearby Protectron corpses instead of entering the first vent.
Okay.
Follow the Rara objective no longer persists after finding and collecting Banabon.
Yeah. What
It just clicked who Ra was. I was trying to think. I was like, man, I know this fucking
Yeah.
name. It's that little kid. The little kid raider,
Yes, a
right?
little girl.
Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it clicked. I was like, oh wait, I know this one. I like her. She's one of my favorite new NPCs, bro. Like for sure.
Yeah. Her and Tia.
Yeah.
Let's see. A
Twix has
terminal
settled on. She's
grabbing-
keeping the astronaut. She says she has an astronaut girlfriend now on her main character. Yeah, you hear over here. She's like, she likes video games.
A terminal grafted in steel underground that was previously unhackable can now be hacked correctly. Heart of the enemy. The lockpicking skill requirement for door between the automated research program and the reactor has been reduced to from 1 to 0, so that the quest is easier to complete for players who are missing lockpicking perk cards. I don't even know what heart is. Oh, I don't do heart of the enemy. I see that all the time and won't do it.
Yeah, there's a trophy for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
I do
already.
it. I do it for the trophy, and sometimes Twigs wants to go do it, and I'll go do it with her. But otherwise, I'm like, oh well, there it is on the map again.
Yeah, it's always on a map. I just don't even be bothered with it. Let's see. Project Paradise. Fix an issue that will sometimes prevent Project Paradise from completing after killing the alpha predator. So random encounters. Fix an issue that prevented players from receiving loot during a random encounter from the cellular apparatus after selecting Raider-themed dialogue options.
Yeah, I was getting that.
Safer for work. Players are no longer required to pick the lock on the medical center crate to obtain control tape number 4. Secrets revealed. Duchess no longer speaks her post Vault 79 raid dialogue before the player has completed secret service revealed. Secrets revealed. After progressing, resolve the situation beyond the objective. The player's conversation with him will end correctly. Yeah, because I understand how I keep Johnny down here and he spawns back up crater. Let's see. Secrets revealed. Vault 79 elevator door objective now reappears correctly when returning to the elevator. Secrets revealed. Fix an issue that could cause team members to be moved outside to Appalachia when the team leader entered the elevator to the Gold Operations Center. Siding with Crater. Meg no longer forces a player into conversation if they back out before deciding whether to side with the Raiders. Strange Bedfellows. Acquiring the photos of Rosalind's memorial permanently no longer blocks progression during staging Bedfellows. Or Strange Bedfellows.
I got basically forced into the conversation and ended up choosing the Raiders. So that's how I missed
Strange
out on that.
Bedfellows. Quest items obtained during Strange Bedfellows are now correctly removed after completing the quest. Bedfellows added a new objective directing players to complete the prerequisite quest Signal Strength before progressing to Strange Bedfellows. Strength in numbers. Polly's head now correctly deals damage in VATS and deals increased damage based on how many times it has been charged. I wouldn't even use Polly's head. After I shot one thing and Polly's head didn't kill him, yeah, I just put Polly in my pocket. Ooh,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say that.
Pocket. Ha, Polly
I didn't
Pocket.
mean-
Ah, got you, man. That's fucking hilarious. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I just stuck Polly in my pocket and used my gun. Okay,
a
that
red
thing was
flashy
at
pocket
3
rocket.
hours. My download was at 3 hours. It's now at 3 minutes. I had to close the app
Mine's
so
at
the download.
104 minutes.
Well, I closed the app, which means I'm not broadcasting, so that it would download faster.
I'm broadcasting, so mine's gonna take forever. Oh well.
Okay, where are we at? I'm dealing with Polly's pocket. Okay. The elusive crane. Mort no longer appears to be standing idle during the scene with the rotor in the wayward. I don't know what Mort was doing anyway. The elusive crane. Fixed an issue that could cause the Find Crane's Treasure objective to persist in the Pip-Boy quest descriptions. The Old Western Shuffle. The dud explosive collar is now correctly removed from character models after completing the quest. What the hell is the Old Western Shuffle?
I think that was the story.
I don't know. Didn't ring a bell.
Yeah, that would have ring a bell to me either. The Old Western Shuffle.
Any of you guys ever kill Crane before she starts like doing her dialogue about him?
Yeah.
Just walk right in the room and blow him up, or well, blow him away. I threw a grenade and it perfectly landed at his crotch, bro. It was so great.
It's funny. She gets all
Let's see.
pissed
I love that line of dialogue you throw at her where you're basically like, oh yeah, like when you didn't need my help saving these 4 other fucking people.
Right.
You know, like that shit's great.
Go ahead.
Let's see. The new arrivals. The quest tracker no longer displays to talk to the overseer objectives under certain conditions. Okay. How much more? How many more is this? Let's see. I'm at sound. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. I'm just at S.
He's like on that S, and we still gotta make it all the way to Z.
Think
Yeah,
about the guy
I
that
did.
to write this. Some person, some Bethesda, whoever you are. I've labeled all of these people for myself so I can thank them in general, you know, since we don't know who they are specifically. But random Bethesda employee number 76, we thank you for taking the time to write all this out for us so that we have time to complain about having to read it all.
The only person I want to see and meet in person and thank personally is the creator of Copy and Paste. That's the person I want to meet and thank, because that saved me through a lot of college days.
I feel that. I feel that.
Copy and paste. Winner, brisket dinner.
Sound effects. The Stanley skin from Grodnock's axe no longer plays its sound effects twice when equipped and when switching between first and third person views. Sound effects. Repeatedly entering and exiting the press gold machine no longer causes it to play multiple overlapping sound effects. Alright. Y'all talk. I'm going to take a break. I still got U's, and there's a bunch of U's. Hello?
Hello?
Where did y'all go?
Sorry, I was talking to the wife real quick. Yep. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking patch notes already, and we're still not done yet. That's awesome. I mean, people wanted a lot of fixes. They had a lot of complaints about different things. I feel like a lot of them are trivial, but I get it. Enough trivial things add up to be its own issue, you know. So I'm glad they're doing so much work for us like that, cranking it out, bro. And especially right now, like, it must be more difficult. I know it's more difficult to do right now since they don't even have people in their offices. They're having to do a lot of this remotely. That's something really to consider there.
I just think it's crazy, though, all the stuff that we're about to get. And the whole hint of the Brotherhood coming back is really, really got me excited.
Yeah, that's got me excited too. The whole thing about the
What's also
Brotherhood.
funny is there's been hints and data mines for the fact that there may be a Zeta.
There needs to be. You know how strongly I feel, but for the rest of you who don't, space is the future of Fallout. Convince me otherwise.
Bro, look at Outer Worlds.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
iceberg on that.
my whole thing is, I want to see a game, and maybe this is just me, I don't know, but I want to see a game that involves a storyline where we are maybe an enclave installation on a foreign planet that has to survive something between a cross of, and I don't mean literally by these systems, but I mean like the vibe you get is like somewhere between a cross of Fallout itself, right? Because we need that grittiness, we need that hard, but having like something like Outer Worlds come in, maybe be the middle, and then like the other extreme end would be more like God, what's that fucking
I got
the one where you go to
combination
different planets, man.
for what you're trying to say. You remember
Uh-huh.
the old Oblivion, not Oblivion, but the old Elder Scrolls on the PC, the one where you could go to that fucking snowy area where you had to build the community.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Take that build style. Now, take your concept of going to another planet, but you use that build style. Like, all right, now you're here. Now your enclave is now on this planet. Now you gotta find resources and start building your shit. You're gonna have all your NPCs for your guns. So you're gonna have your dude who's gonna need the stuff to start to build his gun shack. You're gonna need a place to build your mess hall. Yada yada. You know, the quests go on. And as you progress, you find out that there's another civilization here that is not too keen on the fact that you decided to plop here and decided to start building. So then you're going to start clashing in with the different fractions of different races that are on this said planet. And in the midst of it, you are able to take your ship or whatever and go to these other planets because you're going to need different resources from different planets.
I could see something like that. I was
You have
thinking
the whole
about the
MMO
existing
Fallout.
lore
Yeah.
that's already in Fallout that helps demonstrate
The Enclave.
a backdrop of a space race. Like in, I think it's in, God, anybody correct me if I'm wrong, because I'd hate to be wrong, but I think it's Fallout 2, where you blow up the Enclave oil rig off the coast. And that oil rig is not actually an oil rig, it's a rocket platform that's trying to shoot the remaining, and that was always the thing to me, is that they referred to themselves as the remaining Enclave. And to me that wordplay is key for my idea that I believe that the Enclave already made it to space, and that what was there was truly the remaining Enclave. You know what I mean? And that either already that they have taken off before 76 occurs, some of them at least, or that and like all we know that, like, for example, all the vaults are orchestrated to become some kind of test, and when you step back from the cool facts and all the different idiosyncrasies that each vault offers, and you really look at the package as a whole, I think that it's a sound idea that what they're testing all these different various variables for is for long-term deep space travel and the various effects of the survivability rates of humans. Like they cover everything from genetics to food to, and they say it's all about rehashing mankind, coming back out of the vaults one day and taking back the globe. But if that's the case, then why was the Enclave's major design to leave the planet? And who is still watching all of Vault Tech? They've made a point of asking that question in 4 and in 76 here, of like basically leaving it lingering. Who is still watching this? Like the Overseer makes a point of saying at one point to one of the robots in the Vault Tech university that as far as we know, I'm the only fucking one left anyway. Who is even in charge? Who's even watching? And so I'd say that it's the Enclave, and that it's no coincidence that we had in this area open to us to join the Enclave, because where does John Henry Eaton get his men? Oh, that's right. They come from other areas around, and then they are gathered by John Henry Eaton as part of a plan that John Henry Eaton's existence was actually built around. You know what I mean? So it's all, if you look at everything in steps, it's very Game of Thrones. Yeah, and remember that the Enclave itself is in the pre-war era. Enclave was basically, they were already there. They're not a post-war advent. They happened before the bombs dropped. And they were an amalgamation of super-powered companies. Even portions of the Brotherhood were involved. And governing like diplomats and stuff were involved in it. The Enclave is like a Illuminati in and of itself within the Fallout universe.
Well, hold on, I'm going to cut you off, but if you remember correctly, while you were doing the Enclave mission to gain access to the nuke, if you paid attention to some of the dialogue, they even say in there that they basically killed every last human that was inside there. They basically wiped everyone out. That's all that was left was the Enclave. That right there should have been a straight red flag, like, hey, There's something not right with this shit. They basically wiped out everybody in here and gave you some story of some shit like.
Yeah, but they're 100%
No, but you know who
okay
I would
with
like.
you
You know who
and
I
your
would
vault
like to
people just
actually
wandering
be.
in.
Yeah, but you know what I would actually like to be in control of that? The Institute.
I wouldn't doubt it.
True enough.
I would like the Institute to come back in this in some way.
Yeah, does anybody
There's
know
no way
the
to say
origin
it couldn't
date
be.
in lore of where the Institute introduces itself into Fallout?
I don't.
Isn't that like?
Should be easy to look up though.
Yeah, here, I'll try to find something on that real quick for lore.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna go back to these
Didn't
patch
the
notes.
Institute actually really come in, be notified like in Fallout 4 though? But they were around back in like technically back in Fallout 2.
No, actually, they were there. If in the lore, they were there before the bombs dropped.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So technically, if they were there before the bombs dropped, then they will probably be part of the Enclave.
Well,
Yeah, or at least
be
working alongside them in some cases.
Yeah,
at the very
like
least, they would have
technology.
had. Yeah, right. They would have had some kind of interminglings of sorts, whether willing or unwilling, or whether conflict or non-conflict. The entities would have come into contact with each other because they're too large and powerful not to have, especially since, it's lonely at the top. As you get higher up in these secret groups, there's less and less room for other people, so...
And when you think about it, though, like you said, it's be hard for them not to because of the fact of the matter is they'd be so well known, especially in that type of circle of groups, that it'd be almost impossible for them not to, at least.
But remember what they said. They said that the Institute was taking humans and sending back robots.
Yeah, they were synthesizing humans.
Yeah, they were synthesizing humans. So if they were doing that before the blast,
they could be basically the start of the Enclave.
Yeah.
The Enclave could be basically their birth child, their subdivision of what their home is, just by their
Alright, so
creations.
The official answer I have here so far, and this is coming from Fandom Fallout Wiki on the Institute, so if anybody's interested on where I'm getting that source. And this is just a general Google where I just said, when did the Institute come into the Fallout lore universe? And it says 2110. The Institute was formally founded in 2110 as the children of the original survivors dug into the Earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories, starting an ongoing process of expanding the Institute's facilities and infrastructure. That's just the base readme without clicking into the actual... So, the answer technically that we want is 2110, is when they were founded officially on the timeline.
So, in the timeline of games, that would have been around later in the Fallout series, wouldn't it have? Or no, earlier? And dead silent.
I don't know the answer to that question.
I am double checking right now with a Fallout timeline to make sure that that information lines up, and also to better answer your question in the affirmative.
Gotcha.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna start on these patch notes again.
Alright.
So we're down to user interface controls. Opening the Pip-Boy while attempting to fast travel during combat no longer sometimes causes the controls to become unresponsive.
That's good.
Crosshairs now correctly changed to an open square when passing over placed items that the player can interact with or pick up. Fanfare. Treasury notes no longer play legendary item fanfare when removing them from the stash. Login. The password field is now cleared correctly after entering an incorrect password while attempting to link Bethesda.net account to Fallout 76. Okay. Menus. Fix several issues that could cause the favorites menu to suddenly appear while emotes menu was open.
Mm-hmm.
Notifications. Equipping hardware by holding the action button no longer generates an error message stating unable to equip item. Pip-Boy. The item stats cards no longer persist when switching to an item tab in the Pip-Boy. Press and hold. Holding an action button to equip, learn, or consume an item in the world now works more consistently.
Okay.
Quests. Daily quests the players have rejected in the Pip-Boy no longer automatically reappear after logging out and back in. I didn't know you could reject a quest.
Yeah, certain one dailies you can go over them and just hit square and reject them.
Yeah, you can.
Quest. Fix an issue causing placeholder text to appear when viewing miscellaneous quest on the map.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Placeholder text to appear when viewing miscellaneous quest on the map. Quest. Reclamation Day no longer disappears when the completed section in the Pip-Boy's main quest tab. Okay. Sorting. The spoils sorting option now correctly organizes 8 items by their remaining condition. Tap for search. The magnifying glass icon now appears correctly on junk items in the world that contain components the player has tagged for research. I forgot all about those.
I didn't.
Trade. Players can now inspect items when trading with other players. Vending machine. Stacks of U.S. government supply requisition holotapes or technical data no longer sometimes disappear after being assigned to a vending machine. Workbenches. Radio vacuum tube review images no longer extend beyond the edge of the screen in the Tinker's workbench. I see that problem. Okay, 2 more.
Not
World.
sure there, Bobby Step. Right now we're just going over the patch notes. I'm waiting for someone to check because I'm still waiting for my stuff to download to check. But
Yeah,
so
I'm just
far
checking. It's not up yet.
Yeah, so far it's been down, for about an hour and a half now?
Well, it's 2 because it came down at 10. It's 12, so it's been down 2 hours, which is normal. We got about another hour to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cranberry Bog. The Wendigo Colossus no longer gets stuck in the trenches in the Cranberry Bog. Too bad. Forest. The Wendigo Colossus no longer gets stuck on the guardrails and the road near Slocum Joe's. I didn't even know he was near Slocum. When does he pop up near Slocum Joe's? Can you nuke Slocum Joe's?
You can nuke an area over there and then feed him down towards the fence and get him stuck on the fence, but...
Yeah, because I thought Slocum Joe's...
Straight through the fence. Straight through the fence, bro.
Okay. Savage Divide. The basement door in the mountainside bed and breakfast no longer locks itself if the player leaves the area and returns. Settlements. Yagua and Scorch no longer spawn in NPC settlements like Crater Foundation and Big Bend Tunnel East. Yeah, because they would always be up at the crater.
Yeah.
Toxic Valley. Removed a non-functioning hatch door from the Clarksburg Pharmacy. NPCs. Corrected pathing issues for several NPCs that can be found in the world. Alright guys, last one. Nuclear Winter Bug Fix Camp. Updated the list of buildable and non-buildable Atomic Shop items in Nuclear Winter. Removed a non-functioning activator from the scrap box when it is built in Nuclear Winter. Localization. Restore missing characters on Nuclear Winter map, voting screen, and the Japanese version of the game, and perk packs. Remove Nuclear Winter perk pack cards from Adventure Mode quests that were rewarding them as currency. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 hour of patch notes.
Right. Hour long patch.
Give yourself a pat on the back, brother.
If you want to see the patch notes, go to Bethesda.net, click the Fallout, and the patch notes are right at the top. You can read through all the patch notes.
Oh, look at that. I got 6 minutes left for my download now.
I don't know what I have.
5. Sweet.
Oh.
It's just flying down now all of a sudden.
What do you think about this new event coming up?
Which new event's that?
That one with the mole miners.
I'm pumped about that.
Yeah, I want to go try that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When does
the
that
mole miner
start?
thing seems dope.
What
about Friday?
I got to go back into the car.
Fat Snatch Day, yeah, I know. You know I'm excited about that. Fat Snatch Day?
May 20 starts May 21st.
Okay, so we got a couple of days.
Yeah, so and you're going to be able to get 3 different types of pails: a low, medium, and large pail.
Completely dying
Legendary.
So wait, that starts on the 21st, and Fat Snatch start on the 21st also?
No, Fast Snatch starts on the 25th.
25th, okay.
What do you guys think about the what you call it, the roadmap?
The thing I'm most interested in is them talking about those challenges. They're talking about revamping the challenge system. You know me. I need
perks.
that.
Dude, I wonder what perks are gonna be legendary though.
I just want the perk build-out cards. I want to be able to switch my build-out cards.
You mean like presets or something?
Yeah.
If I'm saying your name right, I'm sorry if I'm not.
Got 60 seconds. Still have to copy.
Like, I don't even know what my shit's at right now.
Yeah, I just want to be able to switch hit one button and go to all crafting cards. Hit another button, go to commando, go to shotgun, go to rifleman, go to pistol.
Got it.
Yeah, I just want to be able to switch my cards out.
Well, I heard they were supposed to be adding in loadouts at some point.
Well,
That
I
would be
heard
neat,
that they were
I
doing
guess.
that, but I didn't see.
Right. Like, I'm looking forward to make my my space chick look like a cowgirl, so she can be a space cowgirl.
Yeah, I was telling Twigs, actually, she had okay, it's a two-part thing. We were at her camp, and her astronaut girlfriend, as she puts it, was riding the Giddy Up Buttercup ride at her house.
Yeah.
And I was all like, holy shit, there goes a unicorn. And she starts laughing because something that happened to us IRL one time, and a friend of ours sitting there, he's like, I don't get it. You know, why is that so funny? And I was like, all right, so here in Texas, you know, we got a NASA program down here, right? So every once in a while, in our opinion, you're lucky and you get to see an astronaut walking around in their blues. So one day we were at a gas station in this small hick-ass town way south of here, and these two astronauts get out of an SUV, and one of them, bear with me, is a black astronaut. And he grabs a bunch of cowboy equipment. And I said, holy shit, I just heard a joke on TV or something about a black astronaut cowboy. And I was like, there goes a fucking unicorn right there. And I didn't know he could hear me. Not that it mattered, you know, to me. I was just talking anyway, you know, I have no filter. And so, but he thought that shit was great. And so did his friend. They ended up, when they were walking out, they started making fun back with us, like called out to us and were making jokes about how he's a unicorn and all this other. It was hilarious. It was good times. But to us, when we saw that, and now that you're like, as soon as you were like, bro, you could dress him, I muted my mic and I told my wife, I was like, you can put a cowboy outfit on her. And I love so much that you wanted to also, because that just made her day, you know? She's like, oh my God, and clapped her hands, you know?
Yeah, fucking cowboy hat, fucking the cowboy chaps, boom! Missy, and guess what? Here's the funny thing. I have the rocket ship outside. So, space, aliens versus cowboys?
Oh my God, yes.
Maybe.
Okay,
Should build a missile
one
silo.
of these. Okay, so I'm looking at the perk card, the legendary perk cards, and one of them is heavy duty, and I can't read it, but it has a sentry bot on it. The other one has a ghoul, and the other one has a death claw. But I can't
That's
read
weird.
what the cards are. But the one that they have on here that you can look, and they can go up to level 4.
Man, that's gonna be dangerous.
What's public teams? Find teams with ease.
Okay, so in a lot of MMO games that involve multiplayer options that are like raids or where you have to gather in groups, say you're a solo player who doesn't really have a large friends list, but you need to participate in this. A lot of games will have an option for either a hotkey you can hit, or on like PC-based games, it'll be a window where you type in looking for party or like LFP or something like that. But you can a lot of times hit a button, and it will auto-join you to a party who's waiting in queue short a member and wants to also do the same event as you. But it's a roulette. It's kind of like how if you played the Nuclear Winter, you know, like you just plug in random team members to get a team of 4, or you can go in there without the team of 4. It'll functionally basically be you hitting a button that allows you to transition through that process more quickly, so you can get to the gameplay.
Part of the blue screen, everybody in the stream. I'm checking my download real quick to see where it's at. Alright, I got 13 minutes left for downloading.
Mine is installed now. That copied really fast. Usually mine takes like a fortnight to fucking download, or to install at the end.
Okay, so for the first
controllers
introduction
on
for this
91%.
summer, updates feature Fallout 76. So we're getting the legendary perk cards, public teams, and the Colossal Problem, along with Foxnaut, community challenges, and Meat Week. Now, it doesn't say when the Colossal Problem is going to start. It just says it'll happen this summer. And then for the fall, we're getting one Wasteland for all. So Still Dawn, all new quests, daily ops, earn scaling rewards, and then there's a Season 2 refresh and a bombs drop event. And then for the fall, we're getting Fractured Steel, perk loadouts, easily customized build, camp shelters, build.
I'm curious if that's like a camp.
interiors.
I wonder if that's a camp interior that you can like walk through a door and load into. You know what I mean? I'm not sure.
But why
Kinda
would you
confused
want
about
extra
that one.
loading?
Expectations, new repeatable missions.
Real quick, something I was hoping for on that note was, like if anybody ever played DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, for example, and there are loads of examples of MMOs that have this. That's just one of my favorites because you got an airship. But there were, like, faction-only spaces or team-only spaces that you could go in, and some of them would even allow you to customize. Other settings would be like, well, here's your space, you know. Yeah, like a guild hall. Like, I kind of hope that they bring us some kind of faction-based representation of a guild hall system where we have an exclusive safe zone. I mean, they're already kind of set up for it with the way they cloud-base their servers, and the junctioned areas to private zones is already possible in the internal systems of the game based on these private player areas where you either hit square or X to join as an individual or as a group.
Oh, I got an idea about
Yeah,
that,
maybe
though,
we-
but keep it in a public server, though, but designated, like, certain sections of the area where your mass amounts of people, like, that are in that fraction can build together. Like, it's actually a fraction. You actually have to join it, and you actually have to be, you know...
And it'd be cool if you could get NPCs to inhabit that give you things like buffs or random itemage.
Well, not even necessarily just that. Like, what if you just had like random NPCs like that start adding to your area of your base of their own accord? Because
Hirelings and cohorts could be an option too.
Wait, but guess what we're getting this winter?
Oh, what?
Companions.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, so new NPCs, quests, and companions to the Wasteland, West Virginia Wasteland.
Companions doesn't mean people. It could be just a bunch of dog companions or something.
I'll take pretty much anything at this point.
Yeah.
I want Strong back. I love Strong. Wait,
Strong
there was a
hasn't been
robot.
born yet. You can't have him back. He hasn't been born.
Yeah.
Well, I want him. I don't care how to get him in there. I want him.
Well, then,
And the
What if we
robot,
just
what
got
was
you
the-
another
wait,
super mutant and we named him Sturdy? That'd be good enough for now?
Wait, but what was the robot that you could program?
Oh, sorry.
In which one?
You came
In Fallout
in
4, remember you could have the
Kiri?
robot companion?
Carrie?
You're talking about Kiri was one of them. She was a robot that you could turn into a synth.
No, you could have a robot companion. You could make her
Yeah,
at the
it's
remember.
Mr. Handy.
Remember, you
That was
could
the
make her at that
Assaultron
station. Yeah, and you could make her at that station.
Oh, Ada. You're talking about Ada.
Ada, yeah, Ada.
Ada, yes.
And
Yeah, I like
I
how you
want
get
a
build.
beta.
I like how you get build robot bodyguards in Fallout 4. Just
Oh yeah,
show
man! I
this.
knocked all the people out of my trade routes and replaced them with big beefy robots, and then just moved all the people to my settlements and gave them all jobs doing different shit. You know, like
That was
Get
the
a
smartest way
sentry
to do it
bot
because
with
them robots
a
ain't gonna fuck
Assaultron
around,
head.
dude. They're gonna obliterate whatever.
oh yeah, I missed a mixed match, so many different combinations.
Just take all the deadly features. You can have like
Hey,
crazy looking
check
robots
this
with like
out.
metal skulls
Wait a
and
minute.
wings on them and
For
shit.
real. What
Hey,
you got, brother?
check this out. I just got a message from Jack's Heels for Cash. He just says, "No motherfuckers. Server-side chat is my fucking name. We are done." Okay.
What?
I think you're a dick anyway. That's why I haven't been being bothered with you. So fuck you. Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
don't even waste time with all that, man. Like you know, like,
Still doing
Fuck
maintenance.
Jax.
I wish I could spawn like an Assaultron to protect your camp. Yeah, dude, having an Assaultron to protect your camp, dude, that would be so fucking broken. Roll,
Yeah, I used to have
roll
one.
up
I
on
used
the
to
fucking base,
wait,
dude.
but
get
remember,
servers are
smacked
still
by the-
down.
remember when you could take
Yeah.
when you could take the Assaultrons and just program it, like you would show up in the area and an Assaultron would just show up and start helping you as a companion.
Yeah.
It was funny because my wife used to hate my Assaultron. She called her Tink Tink. She's like, Tink Tink is just creepy. We are done. Motherfucker, we were done a long time ago.
dude,
Fuck
I
you,
wish
Jax.
Could spawn. Yeah, dude,
I feel like
really
Fallout
wanted-
4 is the better building game because you could build like.
What's that big ass
remember-
fucking robot?
Do you remember that huge flat area that was a default Fallout 4 settler area that was like the drive-in theater?
Kind of, sorta.
But I remember it was a big flat parking lot, but people would, like I would do, but people would build battle arenas there because the animal cages in the workshop DLC. You could have like raiders fight Deathclaws and shit like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's been a while, but I think I know what you're talking about. But what's the name of that big ass fucking robot? Not the.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Fuck, what's it called? The one that shoots rockets and shit at you.
The one that shoots rockets at you.
Yeah, the big bulky one, the big fucking massive robot.
Oh, you talking about Prime?
No, not Prime. It's the the ones that fucking will lob rockets and shit at you. That has a minigun in a hand.
Where, in Fallout 4?
No, in Fallout 76. Well, in any of the Fallouts, because if you ran across them, they were in military installations.
Talking about the sentry bots?
Those the big bulky fucks?
Yeah, the sentry bot is the one that breaks down in the middle of shooting and then he comes back up and starts
Yeah,
firing again.
that's what we need in our camps, sentry bots.
I used to have one of those in my camp with Fallout 4, but he'd be in the middle of a fight and then break down and there went his defenses.
Well, if you throw one of those and two Assaultrons, dude, you got yourself an impeccable defense, because the Assaultrons will be all up in that fucker's face while that motherfucker's just suppressing fire.
I just wanted a Assaultron in my base because I'm so sick of the
Dectrons?
when you have an ally at your base gets attacked all the damn time. Every time I go to my damn base, I got Scorch coming up to my base. Now, I learned a long time ago that if you didn't have turrets up, you didn't really get attacked. So I took all my turrets down, and I would have
I feel like
once a
enemies
week.
naturally start to spawn over time if you're sitting in one area long enough.
No, I would just once a week I would have somebody, I would get some super mutants like once a week. But since I put the allies up, it's like 2-3 times a day.
I don't seem to be having a problem. I have more problems with like deers or squirrels or fucking chickens spawning in my
What you
camp.
say, man?
I live at
No, what you
I live near the Aaron homestead, so I usually have the blood bugs and bloat flies.
I live right by the snow
Lodge?
the snow powder, or whatever the fuck it's called.
I wonder how much longer this shit's gonna be under maintenance.
I don't know. We've been here for about probably 2.5 hours now.
They must be doing a big fix.
Well, fuck, dude. If you go to their thing and read their patch notes, it's a big patch.
Yeah.
And welcome everyone to the Wastelander Raiders server-side chat. We got our buddy here, Footless, and then our other cohort, Aqueous the Lost, who's got his mic muted at the particular moment in time because he's probably talking to someone.
I sure do, but I am here still.
For all those that are just joining, I appreciate you joining in for the chat. If you have any information about any of the patch notes, please feel free to ask, and I will try to answer them the best I can. If not, we will have Foot find out for us.
Did you hear that they said that the first season's gonna be free, but we're not sure about the other 2 seasons?
Bro, if they end up doing like they did and all these other fucking Battle Royales, dude, I'm done. Like,
No, they said that the battle pass is going to be earned through like special events and missions, kind of similar to Raider and Stellar Reputation.
You know how
But they said
grindy that is?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for. That's what every game goes for. That's the point of a battle pass in a game.
Well, I understand that, but here's what gets me is the fact of the matter is, all right, right now as it sits, the Raiders have more reputation quests to do than Foundation.
Yeah. Because there's importance of communication. There's retirement plan.
And then there's the one down at the
that's
Ohio
fine,
River Adventure.
Okay, it defeated the purpose to ask out loud, you know what I mean? Like, because then you are, aren't you? You know what I'm saying? Twigs and I are fitting to bounce for a bit, because when we actually sat down to chat with you right when you went live, we were about to make breakfast.
Oh, you good?
And so we've got all that stuff set up in the kitchen. I put the eggs and everything back in the fridge, but I'm dying of starvation. But real quick before I bounce, I'm Acquiescers of the Lost. You can find me on PlayStation there, but I'm also Darth Hat Daddy on Twitter. You can find my wife Twiggy Fett streaming under both names on every content you can imagine. If it's Twiggy Fett, it's her. We are agents of the HOA and friends to places like El Gato Fighting Pub and King Forkman's Fight Club. Guys, hit us up if you're looking for a community to be part of. We can help you find the one that's meant for you, even if it ain't us. All right? Thanks, Grim, for having us out. I appreciate you, man. Guys, it's good to see you, Footless. You know, love you. Hey, dude, feel free to send me a friend's request, clone.
Okay, hold up. Don't go.
Yeah,
I got you. I'll wait just a second.
How I met them.
Yeah, it is. It's a good one, too. I like to tell it. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, dude, I'm about to send y'all a video. This shit is funny as hell.
Oh, man. And the funny thing, it was all over someone having to stick up their ass that they wanted to start something that they couldn't finish.
Yeah, some random kid. And he thought he could run to us, and somehow we'd just mysteriously and magically have his back in an armed conflict when we were traitors.
Yeah,
And we were just helping people, you know? Next thing we know, we're under attack, and then somebody else that was there, a third party, dropped the hard N-bomb, and me and Grim both stopped fighting and were like, whoa! You're taking it too far, bro, like...
Right,
I don't mind him getting my ass waxed right now. There's no reason to be that angry about it. Like, yeah, it sucks that I just got killed 3 times in a row, but did you see how he did it? With skill and grace, and he didn't say anything hateful like that. You know, like, yeah, he stayed in character. I could tell. You know?
Fucking ravaged redneck. Like, he rolled up on me at my camp, dude, on my other character, dude, slapped it and started destroying my base, so I came back with my other character in the same spot. Dude tried to continue the same shit and then dipped. When I killed him, like, straight seek revenge and then ran. And I saw where he ran down by Newgat. Went down there to Newgat and fucking just started running through everybody. And next thing I know, there was like, what, 15 people there?
Yeah, we were all mad fight. Like, people were fighting the wrong people because they got confused who was on what side because it blew up so quickly. Villainous Sarah and her clique was there, and they didn't know who to kill, so they just started killing everybody, not them.
Right? It's like, ass mosh pit of...
It was savage, bro. We lost half. Like, we had a small town built down there. It was like a small western town with a little gazebo and stuff, and all the buildings were literally half there after that fight. It was hilarious. It was glorious.
Oh yeah, good times,
Yeah.
good times. That's
Yeah,
how we
and see,
first
like,
met.
people would be like, he's griefing you, and I'm like, nah, man, like, it's part of the game, bro. Like, appreciate your role. They left us with no NPCs. We had to make our own shit.
Yeah, I told someone earlier. I was like, I'm the yang to the yin.
Yeah, right? You're more like that little dot in the middle of that asshole, you know, right there at the bottom.
I'm the hemorrhoid. All right, the hemorrhoid on that shit.
All right, well, again, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Nice to meet all y'all out there on the show. Appreciate you putting up with my jargon and me rammering on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce and get me some food, and me and the missus, and we'll see you guys up there. I want to get on that nuclear winter, so I need to fuel up.
Yeah, get ready, because as soon as this shit gets live, dude, I'm gonna be checking the shop, and then we're gonna be going live on some nuclear winter.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I don't eat now, bro, I'm no better than the Minecraft player who makes us all look bad.
Right.
You know. All right, peace and love, guys.
Yep. Be safe. Oh man, dude, I'm looking forward to seeing what's new in the Atom shop.
Yeah, because I remember I seen on a data leak there was a, you know, the Vault-Tec boxing ring from
Ooh, yes.
Vault 51.
Dude, if I can get one of those, I'm putting it in my base. We're gonna have I'm
Yeah,
gonna redo my
seen
base.
one.
It's gonna be a boxing ring. Dude, we can get
Another
like
cool
boxing to hang in.
Another cool thing that I seen
As a potential thing, it was just a data mine, so who knows when they're adding it. But they were right about the communist power armor, but one thing that they haven't added was a raider and communist themed stage, like a performance stage that you could put in your camp, which I think would be cool.
No, you know, I could do one better than that. You know what I want them to add? Is I want them to add a raider themed house. Something that's
Oh,
all
yeah.
dungy and bloody on the outside with blood and like scratched wallpaper
say,
on the inside.
one thing that you could get would be the sketchy shed.
I have that, but that still ain't raidery enough. That's still
I like the door that you get with it. It's like a nice
Yeah.
wooden door with the metal
yeah, it's a nice door.
page exterior.
But still, that's not raidery enough. Like they've got
Yeah, I
plenty
know
of
what you
stuff for
mean.
settlers. Like, fuck the shit that they dropped for that homestead shit. That's the most
Oh, you know when
settler
they
thing
do
you can
that
get.
Brotherhood DLC, they're gonna add a bunch of Brotherhood camp shit. Now that's
Yeah,
gonna
like
be cool.
no, I'm down with the Brotherhood shit, but like, come on, guys, like
I want a
let's not leave
BOS
the Raiders
flag.
out of the loop.
Can you get a BOS flag in your camp? There's like a Brotherhood mission. I don't think you can.
Okay, what?
Remember how Fallout 4 had the orange flag with the white BOS logo?
Yeah, no, but no, you can't get a flag like that yet. You can get power armor paint, but I think that's about as far as it goes for the BOS.
It's cool how for the roadmap it shows that they're coming out with a set of T-51 Brotherhood power armor. At least that was in the picture for the winter for the
What
fractured
I'm waiting
steel.
for, what I'm hoping for, is them to bring in Fallout 4's Tesla Enclave armor.
Yeah, I
For
hope
those
that
who
too.
don't know, is basically the concept of the Tesla Enclave armor is it enhanced any energy weapon that you use by the Tesla coils that were on the shoulders. So basically, the status of it was, if you used, let's say, a Gauss or a plasma minigun, it would get a boost from it. So let's say a basic damage would be like 380. With that power armor, it would end up boosting it to like 475. That's basically the boost that armor gave to energy weapons in general.
What if
What up, Bobby?
Hey, Dave.
What if as a cool Brotherhood,
You stitch your hand in your phone so I can pay for that.
a cool BOS update feature would be, what if you know what's the asylum called?
The Asylum?
Oh, you can't
Fort
put
Defiance. Fort Defiance.
Mm.
What if they had a Pridwin floating
Yeah, you pay for
over
it on
Fort
yours,
Defiance when the
and
Brotherhood
it's
comes back? And that's just like their area, because you know how the settlers got Spruce Knob and the Raiders
Yeah,
got
well, it
Crater?
would be smart for them too, because that it was their original stronghold before they disappeared.
Because who's to say that they're not going to do it with the new locations? Like, for all we know, the White Spring could turn in like. I hope they actually have
No,
people into the
no, they
Enclave
wouldn't
bunker.
because the Enclave run the White
I was
Springs
gonna
right
say
now.
like what I was trying to say is if they add the Brotherhood as a faction, it'd be cool if they added the Enclave as a faction too, but not really talk about it to keep it as a surprise.
Well,
It would make the
see, the
most
real
sense if
question
they're
I
adding the
still
Brotherhood.
have that's yet to be answered is you remember the room in the back that had the door that you could not
Like
access.
access to the presidential suite.
Yes, I'm still waiting to find out when that is going to come into effect.
I feel like that might be connected to the Brotherhood because I feel like you're going to be on a quest for some tech, and if it's
New
one person who has the
fractions.
tech, it's going to be the government or the Enclave.
Yeah, maybe it'll be the new fractions for Brotherhood and Enclave, where you'll use those commendation tokens to purchase new like Enclave armor, which would be awesome if they introduced that Tesla fucking or the. I know there's been talk about the T2, the T2, the T62, which is the basically the Mark II version of the T60
T60.
armor. Yeah, it'll probably be at the Big Digger.
And T65 is literally like the XO1 variant of T60.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess it should be like the bigger brother of.
What do you think? But that's yet to be seen on the fact that all the stuff that we got now that we can actually customize the looks of our allies at our camps. But yep, totally gonna be a
And
blast now.
technically, the T65 is more post-war than the XO1
Well, the
because
Exo one was
kind of like.
after.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying the T65 is even farther after because, for all we know, until you hit the vault 25 years after the war, those could be the first. We could be the first people to ever make these because all we know they're just schematics.
It's true. And we're the ones that eventually end up putting them out in the world.
Exactly.
It's possible, or what we're thinking is misconstrued as it's a very high possibilities when the Brotherhood comes back, they're the ones that end up putting it out in the world when they're running around with these new armors because they were basically off somewhere regathering their forces and rearming themselves before they make a comeback. Because they were hit so hard when this plague of scorched went through.
Well, I don't think like the Secret Service. I don't think the Brotherhood would ever find them because
No,
I
because they're in a
know, I know
vault.
the. Not only that, but the Secret Service is their own independent branch of the
But
government, while the Brotherhood is only former military.
yeah, they're basically militia in a sense. The Brotherhood.
Pretty much, because it's not like they were like Secret Service agents or nothing like
No.
that. They were like captains and majors and privates and sergeants.
Excuse me. Well, the people in Vault 79 are actually governmental officials that were
Exactly, yeah.
actually under the U.S. jurisdiction to actually protect that with all means, which they intend on doing whether the world's come to an end or not.
What I'm saying
Whatever
is
the average.
most ranks of the military. We're just talking about Fallout shit.
Yeah. Just waiting and
Okay,
seeing.
I'm back. Yeah.
What up? Who
I
is
am.
Nico? Tesla minigun? No.
Which one?
Tesla minigun, get the fuck out of
Because
here
if
with
it's
that.
the school teacher.
I'll hit you guys up later.
Yep,
So,
later.
Oh no, the one that I'm just looking at. What you looking for?
Should probably be another 45 minutes.
Babe, what you want, the charger? Um, Grim,
What's up?
man, check out that video I just sent you.
I would, but I'm streaming.
Oh my god, man, that is. You can't do it on your phone?
Well, I'm watching the chat on my phone because I got a full
Oh.
view of my screen. Because
Okay.
last time I did it, for some reason the YouTube app janky and wasn't showing the comments.
Yeah, so I'm on Twitch instead of YouTube this time. Man, that video is freaking hilarious. That's the funniest thing. I ain't had nothing make me laugh that hard in about a month. That was freaking hilarious.
I'm sorry for the blue screen real quick. I'm going to check to see my stuff. Oh, it's ready to install.